Mexicans.
That sucks.
Lesbians.
I like that in a woman.
And every other kind of people.
I love paying for sex.
This moral decay weakens our resistance to the onslaught of the communist masters of deceit.
We're a bunch of scumbags.
These abnormalities are corrupting the minds and the hearts of our children.
Jackass. And yeah, we're back. Where have you been?
It's depressing and horrendous. It's awful.
A bunch of idiots.
Perversion for profit.
Here it comes! Here it comes!
The Opie and Anthony program.
El virus.
The Opie and Anthony.
God, that irritates me.
It's just like somebody took a bat to my brain.
We're the only radio show that makes you want to hate us.
Opie.
I want my coffee.
Anthony.
I want that back.
Jim Norton.
I want Ozzy.
We are going to dumb this thing down to the point that we're going to be #1 with Down syndrome children.
Hysterical.
The Opie and Anthony Show.
But enough of this palaver. Let's get the show on the road.
Chester! Here, boy, come on, Chester! Chester! Here, boy, come on, Chester! Chester! Come on, Chester!
You beast. You savage. Come on, bark like a dog for me. Bark like a dog. I will teach you the meaning of the word respect.
You like Huey Lewis on the news? Don't just stare at it, eat it. Don't fall for that old guy.
Okay, terrific. Yeah, okay, terrific.
Gentlemen, please rest your sphincters.
Gentlemen, please.
Good morning. It's the Opie and Anthony program on XM Satellite Radio. Big hi to the brand new listeners. Oh, yeah? Every day you got some of those. You get email from the brand new listeners that are stumbling on the show. Some old fans that finally said, yeah, there's nothing going on in commercial radio. I got to go listen to the boys again. Let me check this out. And then you got, like, new listeners in the middle of nowhere that have no idea what we're about, but slowly learning. I thought I had on this morning when I was starting my hygiene this morning before I leave, go in the bathroom, turn on the radio, and I thought I had one of the news stations on, either CBS or 1010 Wins here in New York. Yeah, your news station. Yeah, the all news station. Find out what's going on. But I made a mistake. I guess I had a WABC on. So Curtis and Kubi are on. They do the morning show here in New York, one of them. And I didn't hear their show. Again, pure commercials. It was just a commercial fest. They popped in for, I think, like a minute for a quick thing that they do, I guess. Some quick news thing where they just did a couple of news stories, didn't riff on it or anything, just blurted out a couple of stories, and then went, well, we'll be right back. And more commercials. And then I remember reading something that they had some of the highest commercial loads in the city. And I was stunned. I'm sitting there going, I've got to get a friggin' XM radio in the bathroom here. Got them all over the house, but just don't have one in the bathroom because, you're just in there showering or taking a dump or something like that. And usually if I'm taking a dump, I read Popular Science or Popular Mechanics. Very good dump magazine, by the way. So I have regular radio in there, and I realized I barely hear anything but commercials. Whether I tried out the new Jack format, I popped that on when I was in the shower one day, and heard nothing. I did not get to one song. Another time driving in, I figured I'd give Jack a try because I was going through the tunnel during traffic. Nothing. The whole time, from the inside of the tunnel till I popped out the other end during traffic, nothing. I'm thinking they're playing a joke on everybody now and just playing 24 hours of commercials. Unbelievable that these people just cannot see. They got blinders on and can't understand what satellite radio is doing to them. Yeah, but don't you wish we could go back to commercial radio? It's an easy gig now.
What a breeze that would be.
Oh, my God. After doing 9 months of satellite radio where we do...
hour and a half at a clip without taking one break.
Now, if we went back to commercial radio, you're trying to tell me we would only have to talk for like 15 minutes at a time?
Dude,
that
15
would rock.
minutes, and then you get 10 minutes of drinking, playing foosball, hanging out.
Like the old days.
And then you run back in. Oh, we got to do 15 more minutes.
Right.
What a breeze that was.
That would be great.
Of course it was.
You got to admit, that would be great. It would suck for the listeners, but...
Man, fuck them.
This is a good question, even though they got the person wrong. Tim on Long Island, go ahead.
Yo, Anthony, I was wondering if you used your soap from Lush this morning.
Tim, you're trying to be a smartass, but if you listen to the show, I didn't join them for the big Lush shopping spree that they all went on. How, boys, how did your Lush soaps turn out? We were in Washington, D.C., and one night I usually like just barricading myself in the hotel room. I always like barricading myself in the hotel room.
Let's use the proper word, always.
Yeah, getting room service, watching movies. Mm-hmm. But the guys all went out and ended up in a soap store called Lush. And you all picked up your various soaps, scented soaps.
I hate my Lush products.
What? Opie, what happened? I love this. It's an update.
I don't know. What did we get? That black coal soap thing?
Coal face soap, which is good for the face, and then other soaps.
What do you sing, Mammy, when you're all lathered up with it?
It's like a licorice. It has a licorice scent or something.
Yeah, that's good.
It's awful. And then
I like washing my armpits with Twizzlers. what kind of licorice soap could you? What could that?
You never get a
you?
good lather up. It's like watery, and then like it's supposed to have like sand in it, so you know that
sand, watery, no lather. It's not soap.
Exfoliates or whatever.
There you go.
I like an exfoliating soap.
But there's only sand on the edge on one side of it, because obviously the sand went down to the bottom as the soap is forming, I guess.
Oh, they can't keep it suspended?
No, and it stinks.
That's awful.
My bar lasted like a week.
Did you throw it away?
No, it just disintegrated to nothing in a week.
Okay, how much was it?
I'm trying to remember. It was like $12,
$13.
$12.
One bar of soap, $12, $13, something like that.
You know how many bars of Caress I could buy for $12?
I don't mind the shower gel though. The mint shower gel.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it gives you a little tingle in the morning. Like, ooh.
You put it on your bag?
A little bit.
A little bit on the bag for that little tingle in the shower?
Just a slight tingle, nothing too crazy. Nothing that's going to make you uncomfortable. Just enough to make you feel alive. Like, whoa, hey, what's that? Oh,
hey, a little cool breeze.
So I don't mind my mint shower gel crap, but that soap was garbage.
I love it.
You love it.
I love my Lush products. I do.
You do.
I have my my black face soap, and then I also have my
black face.
The lemon. The lemon is the regular soap.
Yeah.
And I actually I found the Lush in New York here.
Stop it!
I went in the other day and spent some more money on products.
You went into the Lush New York and got more soap.
Another $80 down the toilet.
$80 worth of soap.
No soap. No.
Oh, what'd you get?
I've been going to the steam room lately, and apparently it makes you break out and get oily just because it pushes a lot of crap out of your skin.
Yeah.
You know how it is when you're buff.
Of
so
course.
I have to...
of course.
I decided I wanted to get some stuff for my face just so it doesn't get oily and pimply and stuff. And I went into Lush and I bought this little thing that you dip your thumb in. It's like a weird dirt. It looks like dirt almost. And you wet it and you wash your face. And then I bought some like what's the stuff that you rub on your face? It's like a
cock.
No.
Jesus. My God, man.
God damn, that's a good one.
You're going to have to throw the ball a little harder than that.
I can get it right.
It's like a third grader pitching to me. My God.
A little lobbing softball coming at you.
I didn't even put my glove up. I just kind of stood there and looked at it.
Jesus.
Wow. Fucking yogurt on me. I actually,
I know when we first went into Lush in Washington down there in Georgetown that it was faggoty. But that was just one of those goofy things that we did as a bunch of guys. I'm not going to the Lush store in New York.
Well, you did it as a little novelty thing. Jimmy enjoys the product.
I made a lifestyle choice.
You did.
I bought the facial things, those things that you put on it's like
the mask?
A mask.
You put on a mask and sit there
for 10 minutes. It's called Cupcake. Is the mask? It smells like cupcake.
It's called Cupcake.
That's the name. You put it in the refrigerator.
You fuck me. I would fuck me. I see him putting his mask on and shoving his friggin' nuts between his legs.
Cupcake. I put on my cupcake mask. I do 10 minutes. Believe me, it's brown all over my face.
So you're used to it.
Yeah. Believe me, the irony did occur to me. And this removes dirt. And then I put a little bit of lotion on after, like a little moisturizer.
A little moisturizer.
Of course.
And it keeps your skin young and supple.
Well, I was looking. I had noticed that in my nose pores were just awful. My face was dirty.
Yeah,
I hadn't had I washed my face, but I hadn't ever had my face cleaned.
So when you pull that mask off, do you look at it?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't come off like that. You just wash it off.
Oh, you wash it off. It's not one of those where it's like.
No, I wish it was.
What are the Biore strips or whatever they were called?
The blackhead
yeah,
strips.
You put them on your nose and peel it off, and it's like stalagmites of friggin' blackheads on it.
Oh, do those hurt?
I don't know. I never used
them. No,
one,
you got to leave them on. But you put it on, and then they yank out a bunch of blackheads.
And then you yank it off, and it like pulls out anything that's in your pores.
It's gotta hurt.
No, I don't think it hurts, but I think it would take some getting used to, because I think if you do it the first couple of times, you're really going to get a rash. This is the gayest friggin' discussion we've had.
Why? We have to take care of
ourselves. We're talking
about
friggin' beauty tips. It's called being a metrosexual.
I guess.
Even men these days in the city here are doing things, getting manicures and facials and
shaving their arms.
And
I went for the summer shave down.
Did you?
Yeah.
You shaved your arms?
Not bald, just
What did you do? Stop it.
Look.
Why do you shave your arms?
Because
They're man's arms.
No, because it gets really hairy.
How hairy do your arms
get?
And
I work out a lot. It gets sweaty and matty, so I just...
Holy Jesus.
But look, dude, I still have hair. I didn't go bald.
How...
You just take take the shaver. He does it too.
Yeah,
man.
I know. I do. I'm not throwing you under the bus.
He shaves it.
Yeah,
you have to.
I get it.
But I'm a gorilla. Your hair is really fine.
I'll say
fine.
Wispy even, Ope.
No, I just get the shave or whatever and knock it down to a 3 or whatever and just clean it up. That's all.
Oh, really?
He shaves it with a razor.
I do the full razor.
You shave your arms with a razor.
Thank God, Steve.
Yeah. No, look, it's obvious, too, because the rest of me is all freaking gorilla-like.
Well, you are a bear.
Yeah.
Cozy bear.
Big, hairy,
so I started working. It's
cub cuddler.
Yeah, it's horribly vain and egocentric.
I still have more hair on my arms than, like, Jim Norton and young Eric here.
I feel my arms. I have no...
Jimmy doesn't shave his arms or anything. He's just got little wispy hairs.
I have hardly any body hair at all.
Yeah?
No, I don't need to shave.
So anyway, Steve also went to the Lush store down there in Georgetown. We haven't gotten his update yet.
I still have about half of each bar left.
How do you enjoy your soaps?
You know what? I got the same sand one, the same sand-filled one.
Sandstone.
A sandstone.
Which one was that? The black one?
No, this is the one that kind of looks greenish and yellow with some white chunks, but all the sand is collected at the bottom, and it's supposed to exfoliate.
Like Siskel's brain, you just described.
Wow. But I guess it's supposed to exfoliate, and you wind up looking like you just... The bathtub looks like you just got done showering off after the beach.
Oh,
and when you're all done, because
sand?
Yeah, all the sand comes off, and you clog the drain with sand. So it's kind of counterproductive in that sense.
But you're exfoliating.
Yes.
Even the bottoms of your feet.
Yes.
In the shower.
Yes, it's
with
a horribly
sand all over the floor.
Stupid, vain ritual. It really is.
What's your favorite?
The pink Rockstar soap is nice.
Oh, God.
It's got a nice aroma.
Did you get any... And I forgot to mention, not to be dishonest, but the pink Rockstar reminded me that when I was there this time, I bought the bath bombs.
Oh, you know what? I do want to try a bath bomb.
Isn't it like a big Alka-Seltzer, pretty
exactly
much?
Yeah. And I have a nice deep tub. Perfect for a nice...
Did you try it?
Not yet. No, I want to wait for the perfect time with a little music and candles. No, I'm kidding.
Sit on the big disc and let it just bubble up your ass and around your sack. That'll feel good.
No, I want to take a nice bubble bath.
And what is that supposed to do?
It's
like an effervescent kind of sparkling...
this stuff...
Like bathing in Perrier.
Yes.
This stuff does nothing.
Absolutely nothing.
Does nothing.
All right.
You just get a bar of Dove.
Yeah.
And it does the same thing.
Well,
it washes you.
Your whole body would smell like whatever the bath bomb was, I would assume, because it's soaking into your pores.
I haven't noticed anyone wafting any scents around here like a fine soap or anything.
Because we're not.
Everyone just kind of smells like nothing.
I smell good.
Do you?
Yeah. You have to smell my lower stomach.
Hey, while Steve's in here, he just handed me a disc of the brand new Foreigner.
Yeah.
This goes back to a discussion we've had over the years where these bands that we all grew up with, they're going to go on forever. Eventually, there's going to be no original members, and these band names will just go on forever as like a franchise. I'm telling you.
It's
Foreigner is getting a little closer. A lot closer, actually.
So you hear foreigners playing. Say you're a big Foreigner fan.
Kill yourself.
You decide you want to go see the band. You wouldn't be seeing the original Foreigner that had all those hits in the 70s.
The last time I saw Foreigner with Lou Gramm, and that was opening for Journey maybe 6 years ago. And
so 6 years ago, and it wasn't the original Journey because Steve Perry was.
Right, and that was, Steve Jerry was now in the band. So, I mean, it was already going on then, but there's really no career bands left, so these career bands still have these reasonably large followings, so they're all making another run at the money.
Well, Leonard Skinner is a classic example. They had, 10 members originally, something crazy like that. They're down to about 2.
Yeah, I think the 2 guitarists are the only remaining guys. I could be wrong about that.
Yeah, I'm looking at the picture, and I'm seeing guys that were probably 5 years old when Foreigner was out.
Yeah, you got guys from 80s hair bands that are now 3/5 of that band.
Jason Bonham is playing with Foreigner.
Mm-hmm.
Is he really? He played with Sabbath when Bill Ward was too sick to play.
Yeah, he's like the resident go-around and fill in for drummers.
That's good. But he's now playing in Foreigner without Lou Gramm is the point I'm getting at.
Right.
Lou Gramm was kind of, he was Foreigner. When
you have a
strong
Mick
Jones
vocalist like that, it's it really stands out.
And he was old and fat in the 70s, dude. I mean, Mary Tyler Moore, you could see that he really was not doing too well.
Lou,
I know.
Lou, how's the brain tumor, Lou? Is that what happened with Lou Gramm, right?
Yeah, he got sick. I think
he's got a brain tumor,
something like that. Yeah.
Lou. How's the chemo, Lou?
What scumbags we are on this show.
Oh, I know. Oh, please.
But these bands, I mean, you can think of a ton of examples where they're running out of members, but the bands are continuing, and they're quite successful. Leonard Skinner's still, putting out original material.
The back catalog still sells. Yeah, so they go out. Van Halen did it last year.
You fast forward another maybe 10 years, and so many of these bands will have absolutely no original members, and it'll still be the name of the band.
And then the bands that kind of faded away from recently feel that they can make some bucks. So they come back out and start doing their thing.
Package
You'll
tours.
see people like, Pearl Jam, things like that. Soundgarden probably, when there's a whole grunge resurgence, when that becomes big. Because, the 80s kind of has its little wave that comes up, and then the 90s will be all those bands. And they'll get together and throw a tour together, and...
Yeah, all the 80s hard rock bands are out doing package tours now because you can't put them out by themselves, but if you put 6 of them on the same bill and put them out to fairgrounds, they can draw crowds. And the Rubes in the Midwest love this shit.
My favorite moment of 80s rock getting back together history was Warrant.
Oh, yeah, the Warrant story.
When Warrant's playing in front of a lackluster crowd of tens of people, and the drummer does a little solo, stands up and throws his sticks into the crowd, and you actually heard the sticks go clink, 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 clink on the floor.
Well, because he saw
no one there.
He saw a lot of people in front of the stage, just assuming the whole club was packed. But he threw the sticks over the crowd.
I guess the lights are in his eyes, and you see the first maybe 5 people deep, and that was it. So he threw his sticks into the crowd, and you actually heard clink, 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 clink. Embarrassing.
Well, here's the new Foreigner. Let's get a taste of this. This could lead into our tribute band discussion, by the way, because this is like a tribute band.
Now it's tribute band. It's not the band. Stop.
I know Mick Jones thinks he's important as far as Foreigner goes, but when you lose the lead singer then your
Right.
band is a tribute band.
And if you have a very distinctive voice as a lead singer, it's very hard to replace that person. There are some bands, I don't know if I could even come up with an example, but the singer didn't have really a very distinctive voice. But he really had that voice where it was like you heard it and knew it was Foreigner. And
Or you try to find somebody that can mimic your lead singer.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is what Judas Priest did, which is what Journey did, and on and on and on.
AC/DC.
Yep.
All right, so you got Mick Jones.
AC/DC.
Huh?
You mean after Brian Johnson not there anymore?
No, he's
No.
there.
But
they were quite successful way before he
took
over on lead vocals. Mm-hmm. And he tried to imitate it first, and then he found his own voice pretty much, right?
Right.
All right, so it's Mick Jones is in the band still, and Jeff Jacobs. Who the hell was Jeff Jacobs? I just knew Lou Gramm and Mick Jones.
What about the inimitable Tom Gimble?
Keyboard player? I don't know.
Yeah, right. Who is he?
I don't know.
Who is Tom Gimble?
Oh, he's another original member?
I don't think I think he's a long-time member. I don't think he's an original member.
Oh, long-time member.
Yeah.
Because it said long-time members Jeff Jacobs and Tom Gimble.
And they're joined by brand new vocalist Kelly Hansen from the band Hurricane.
Bop, bop, bop. No, not Hansen.
He was in the band Hurricane back in the 80s. And then they brought in Jeff
named
Pilson.
their band after Ben's hairdo.
Jeff
Hurricane.
Jeff
Love him.
Pilson from Dokken.
Mm-hmm.
And then Jason Bonham doing some drumming. And this is how it sounds. It sounds like a tribute band.
Yep.
That sounds just like him.
You're as cold as ice. You're willing to sacrifice our love.
That's not bad.
No.
That sounds just like him.
The piano's not prominent enough, though.
You never take advice, but someday you'll pay the price.
Wow.
I know. I've seen it before. It happens all the time. You look in the door, you leave the world behind. You're digging for gold, you're throwing away unfortunate feelings, but someday you'll pay.
That guy's got a great friggin' voice. Holy shit.
Yep. He definitely pulls it off, right?
And Foreigner, that's what it is. Pretty dated music, but that's some range on that guy.
Yep.
Holy Jesus.
You ever hear I Want to Know What Love Is? That song's pretty heavy.
That's also like way up there. Hard to sing these songs. I like when the music is there and it's like, all right, yeah, they sounds exactly like the band.
Nailing the vocals.
He sounds different than Lou Gramm. It's not like Lou Gramm's voice, but he's hitting every note.
Too bad you can't rewrite the lyrics. Cornball. Stormy Sea.
Poor Lou Gramm, laying in his hospital bed with an anvil on his head, just looking, going, oh, they replaced me. Oh, that's horrible.
That's gotta suck.
Big buoy on top of his head.
But you know, when they went to him and said, look, Lou, we'd love to have you, but we gotta move on. We got bills to pay and stuff. You know that Lou probably gave his blessing and then secretly is hoping that they wouldn't find someone that was that good.
Yeah.
No, they found a guy that could pretty much do Lou Gramm's job.
There are a lot of singers that were in 80s bands that didn't make money. The whole scene disintegrated, so now they're looking for jobs.
Do you think that Lou Gramm is finished, or will he be okay? I mean, did anybody know?
I've heard rumors that he's in bad shape. I don't know,
What
though.
are you going to do? The ballad.
What's this one? I Want to Know What Love Is?
No, which one
No,
is
it's the other one.
Which one is this,
girl.
Opie? How many thousand times did you play this on PAB?
Foreigner waiting for a girl like you on the home of rock and roll.
always had that high range,
Right.
too, so a lot of the singers can cut these songs.
I want to hear him hit the high note here.
The chorus. Everybody!
Oh, shit. Bye-bye, Lou Graham.
That's amazing.
Very good.
The music sucks ass, but fuck, you can sing. How do you hit those notes? And he's not even straining.
Nope. That's not struggling at all.
Wow. Something.
There's an example.
Oh, poor Lou Graham.
Yeah. They don't need Lou anymore. Then Mick will retire, and then this will be another band that has no original members that continues with the name Foreigner.
But why are they remaking the same stuff? I mean, it sounds great, but why not just...
There's a market out there.
Yeah.
People don't want to hear new Foreigner music.
Right.
They want to hear the old shit, so they pack these places with a bunch of people that are trying to recapture a little night of their youth.
No, I understand, certainly. But why not just put out a little bit of new... Why are you putting
they
out
will.
a studio CD
they
with
will.
the guys singing old stuff?
They will, but right now that's marketable all over the world. They can make a ton of money, then do a new album, which no one will buy, but they can still tour behind it.
Here's what I'm saying. When Ozzy left Sabbath, Dio comes in, does new stuff, but when he sang live, he would do all War Pigs, he'd do it his own way, and he actually did a good job with it, but it was totally different. He wasn't trying to do an impression, and say, why is this guy just re-singing old songs instead of just... You understand what I mean? I don't understand why I just go out and tour. Why remake the same stuff?
I think enough time's gone by, too, where how much time went by between the time Ozzy left and Dio came in?
A year.
A year? See, that's nothing. You can continue it like it's the band that's still putting out new music. This is Foreigner. It's like so many years have gone by.
Right.
People don't care. They're irrelevant as a new band, you know? Sabbath was still relevant as a band.
But I want to know what love is, man. I hear that song, I'm like, listen to the words.
I want to know what my diagnosis is.
They're not bathing with Lush soap, though. Jesus.
No, they're not. Every time they take
them.
a bath, most of their hair falls out. Old gurney body.
Jesus. Bruce in New York, what's up?
Yeah, I just can't feel the music. It needs a lot more cowbell.
Needs more cowbell.
More cowbell.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Jeremy, what's up?
Hey, Opie Anthony. Hey, Cricket Dick. Hey, listen, you guys are talking about replacement singers, tribute bands, and all this. I went and saw Styx about 3 or 4 years ago. All the original members except DeYoung, Ronnie DeYoung, the guy that was the original lead singer.
Dennis DeYoung.
What's that?
It's Dennis DeYoung, sir, not Ronnie DeYoung.
That's right. That's right. Sorry.
There's Ronnie DeMeo, who was the killer in the Amityville Horror, and there's Dennis DeYoung.
That's right. Anyway, turns out
Ronnie
that
James
the original
DeYoung.
lead singer is out doing a lounge act. He's like doing the whole Wayne Newton thing, singing to roomfuls of 40 and 50-year-old some odd ladies.
Yeah.
That's you know, his legacy. That's what he ended up doing.
Guys gotta eat.
I like Mr. Roboto. I actually like Styx. I hate to admit that. I do.
Mr. Roboto.
You don't like that?
Of all the songs you could possibly like.
I don't necessarily like the chorus, but I like the regular. Except when they go, "I've got a secret, a secret, secret." I don't care for that part. Do you really? I wonder what it is.
Ed in Texas, what's up, Ed?
Oh, not much, guys. I was just going to let Jimmy know he'll know what love is if he gets one of those bath bombs, lifts his ball sack, places it down over there, and lets that thing tickle his balls to delight. He'll be traipsing down the streets of New York with his little bag of bag bombs.
I would think you'd be tempted
All
to
right.
do that. Put that big Alka-Seltzer in that bathtub and just let it tickle your sack.
No, I'm not into any foreign things on my ball bag or my mule. It does nothing.
Not
for me.
on it, just the bubbles in the water.
Nah, I'll
let it bubble up a little bit.
I'll let it kind of just wash my whole body in that sensation.
Ooh, it's gonna stink.
Oh, nice.
I know. I'll probably.
And it's
hate
gonna
it.
mess up your tub and all that bullshit.
I'm thinking you're in there and the bubbles are coming up, and they're releasing gases, and you're breathing it in. It's like you're not getting as much oxygen as you probably should.
What do you think happens when you're laying under a girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, please. If I can live with that, a little bath bomb isn't going to kill.
Forgetting who I'm talking to.
Yeah. It's all relative, Ed.
Sean in Jersey, what's up, Sean?
Hey, Owen, hey, little Jimmy.
Hi, fella.
A few years ago, I went to go see Skid Row over at PNC.
Yeah.
And it was Skid Row, Poison, and Vince Neil. Poison was great, but Skid Row didn't even have Sebastian Bach. It was all the original members and this new guy who was horrible. I don't even know why they did that.
Yeah, that's a tough singer to replace, obviously.
Well, Sebastian has a huge range, and it's difficult to find a guy. The guy they got sort of sounds like him, but that was more of an attitude thing. They just couldn't deal with Bach's ego anymore. So,
All
I
right.
couldn't even hit the notes Bach hit.
Well,
Not many people could.
We should talk about tribute bands. I love Anthony's brother's Journey tribute band. Phenomenal.
Journey one, yeah.
I mean, the U2 one is awesome as well, but...
Yeah, he goes around with the U2 one a lot more than the Journey one, but the Journey one pops up, and it's just because Hugo, the singer, looks just like Steve Perry, sounds just like him, and it's one of those things. And the crowd.
Didn't he have a tryout with Journey?
Yeah,
Or is that just a rumor?
No, that happened when they were looking to replace Steve Perry. When he left, they went to Hugo and wanted him to sing for Journey because he looks like the guy, it sounds like the guy.
Wasn't that what killed it, though? The resemblance was too creepy?
Yeah, it was a little too much, and Hugo had something going that he kind of wanted to pursue, but, it just he looked too much like the guy.
So he could have been in Journey, kind of turns it down because he had other things going on, and now he sings in a Journey tribute band on the side.
Exactly.
When he feels like it.
Yeah.
That's pretty amazing.
Isn't that a little much?
I still want to do that tribute band competition.
A lot of these tribute bands are crazy people. There's tribute bands that understand, like my brother's tribute band, the U2 one. He understands it's a money-making machine.
Sure.
He is now going around just making money hand over fist in cities all over the country and all over the world. You know, they got him going all over the place. People love U2. Can't get U2. You get U2 tribute band. So he makes money. Other people do these tribute bands because they are in love with the band or the front person or some member of the band, and they think they are this person.
Yeah, I saw
and
Van Halen.
That's when it gets frightening.
Remember we saw that Van Halen tribute band
Yep.
when your brother was playing at the Hard Rock Cafe?
Yeah.
And the guy thought he was David Lee Roth.
Walks around like David Lee Roth, and those are the scary guys, where they really think they're the guy from the band.
I found the Journey tribute band.
Oh, you did?
Just a quick sample of Anthony's brother's Journey tribute band with Hugo singing. That sounds like live Journey.
Yeah.
And I was talking to Joe, and he said he'd never really played Journey songs before, and now he plays it better than the members.
No, he get up there, and he played them like years ago in another cover band, and he just picked up the guitar. I remember this dribble. Guitar, more solo ending thing.
Yeah, let's. How about Open Arms, Ope? Do you have that one? I'm trying to find it. I don't have a list of the
songs. It's my favorite Journey song.
Gotta find the hits.
I know. I'm trying.
I want to hear Open Arms.
That's not it.
Get your lighters out, people. Remember this?
More guitars. All right, hold on. I'm trying to get some Open Arms. Isn't that insane?
Remember that?
They have a lot of good tunes, Journey. As much as I never liked them growing up. Like every time you hear, like I recently loaded my best of Journey on an iPod. I'm like, shit, These were all a lot of good songs by one band.
They had a lot of hits back then in the 80s, didn't they?
Yeah, but that's why they can still tour. They have so many recognizable songs.
I know, and there's no need to humiliate me.
I'm not humiliating. I really wasn't.
All right,
it really fell apart when Randy Jackson joined the band.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
back in 80.
Randy Jackson was in the band from American Idol.
What did he play? Looks like a fat bassist. Of course. How did I know that?
Bass player, but it wasn't fat.
No.
He was really skinny, and he had one of those, flat top, black guy hairdos, and, wore a lot of wacky 80s clothes.
All right, let's...
Pretty embarrassing.
That qualifies him to be a judge in the biggest show on
television. Of course. Hey, who's this?
Mike.
Hey, Mike, what do you have for the show?
I just wanted to let you know, if you look up on IMDb, there's a documentary called Tribute, and it's about this whole music subculture of these bands that go on stage, like Kiss tribute bands and Queen tribute bands that recreate the entire show. And the subculture includes guys in these bands who start to take themselves way too seriously, like they're the actual members of the bands. And there's actual fans now that are not fans of the original bands, but are fans of these tribute bands that go insane. It revolves around this guy called Superfan, who follows this Queen tribute band, and his entire life revolves around going to these different Queen shows, Queen tribute shows. It's really nuts. It's not like the Anthony's brother, who's doing successful gigs, doing more stuff than you two. It's about guys who are playing these, secondary, tertiary level clubs, and they're just trying to make it, and they're not, and they're just. It's really sad.
I'm gonna have to check that out. Tribute?
Yeah, it's right up on IMDb.
I gotta check out that movie as well.
Well, it's tough to make it as a tribute band. You can only do so much.
Anywhere. I got a copy of it, and I don't know if you guys remember old Long Island bands like Sticky Fingers and Crystal Ship back then. They were huge.
I was going to say, I don't know if it was Crystal Ship, but I saw a Doors tribute band where...
With Bo Holtz.
Was that
Remember him? He was a big, fat Jim Morrison.
Was that
the guy was this big, fat guy named Bo Holtz.
But they did an unbelievable job, and if it was the band I'm thinking of, they would carry the lead singer in from the back of the club on a door.
That was
like
it.
the rest of the band would start whatever, some long Doors song with a long intro, and then they're like, where's the lead singer? And all of a sudden there's a commotion in the back of the club. They're carrying him in on an actual door.
On a door, man.
And they dump him on stage. He kind of falls like he's completely hammered and gets up and starts singing.
There's also Yasgur's Farm, and these guys they used to play the Capitol Theater and sell it out. 3,000 theaters these guys would sell out. That's not what this movie's about. This movie's about these guys that are at the end of the rope, guys who were real musicians. And again, a lot of times these guys, original music, they can't make it. Tribute bands, there's a lot of money. Your brother's band, Anthony, there's a lot of money in current bands like U2 and stuff like that. But some of these guys are rehashing stuff from 20, 30 years ago, and it's just really pathetic.
I like the Neil Diamond tribute guy. You ever see these guys? And they dress like him and come out on stage and perform Neil Diamond songs, and there's just old people in the audience like they're seeing Neil Diamond.
Let's go to George. Hey, George.
Hey, guys. Good morning.
Morning.
Hey, Anthony, I'm watching a show, I think on like the Learning Channel, American Casino, and they got this U2 cover band. Was it your brother's band?
I don't know. I don't think so.
They sold tickets to this thing. There were like 1,000 people. It was insane how the guy looked exactly like Bono. And it reminded me of that movie Rockstar with Wahlberg. Remember that movie?
Yeah.
The guy who replaces the lead singer sounds exactly like him.
That's all it takes.
Yeah.
All it takes.
Joe's having a great time with the tribute band thing, so...
At what point do the regular acts step in and try to collect royalties from these bands that are going around making millions off of material?
Well, they're not making millions.
I've never heard of it. Any bands coming forward and going, "Hey, what are you doing, man?"
Well, no, because you're sustaining that company's fan base, while like let's say it's U2. U2 obviously is out touring somewhere else or not touring, so these tribute bands.
But you're just going out there like any other band, just a cover band. Yeah. But you just happen to be doing all the songs from one band. You know what I mean? There's so many bands out there just doing everyone else's.
I think there is something legal that
there are performance royalties.
If you're making money doing it.
Yeah.
If you just went out there playing for free, there'd be no problem. But the second you start making money doing it, I think the band can step in and do
that's
something.
a good question.
It's never been done. I mean,
I'm sure, but
any band would look like real bad guys.
Sure, exactly. And probably why they don't do it.
Trying to pilfer a few bucks off of a cover band.
Here's the one example of the thing I like about a cover band. Obviously, you know which one I'm going with. I'm a Sabracadabra fan.
Sabracadabra.
But the beautiful thing is they played Florentine's birthday party, and you have your pick of song list. So you pick all the obscure shit that you'd never hear the real Sabbath do, and that was great. They sound like Sabbath. So it was like watching Sabbath do these songs I'd never, for as long as I live here live. That was the fun part.
And they do a good job?
It's phenomenal. He has a big bulge in the front of his pants, so he's a huge cock, legendarily, Joe. But aside from that, it is...
Wait, you know the members of
Sabbath I know Joe, and I talked to one of the other guys through email and stuff. They're really cool guys. But they played Florentine's birthday party. Jim's good friends with them.
All right, let's say hi to Anthony. Anthony!
Yo, what's up, OA, AIDS, fuckface, scumbag?
Why do you have to talk like that?
How you guys doing?
All right, Anthony.
There's two bands on Long Island, Theater of Pain, the Motley Crue, and the Appetite for Destruction. That's the Guns N' Roses.
Okay.
Axl Rose from Appetite for Destruction is Tommy Lee in Theater of Pain. So these guys just like trade each other off. Theater of Pain sucks, but on Appetite for Destruction, the guy comes out in all like the tuxedo outfits, plays the piano, more or less tries to be Axl Rose. His wig is falling off.
Does he sound like Axl?
Sometimes, like the Mr. Brownstone type sound. He's got that, but then when he hits the high notes, he's kind of failing. But the show is good,
Axl, you got to give him credit, has one of the best rock voices ever. I mean, he's just phenomenal and original, and I imagine this got to be a really tough one to imitate.
Well, we got a whole bin here of tribute bands.
Uh-oh.
People
all
have
right,
been
guys, I'll catch you later.
All right,
bye, Angel.
People have been sending in their tribute bands for months now.
Oh boy.
Like we got a couple of Leonard Skinner tribute bands.
Ooh.
Do we know what songs are on here? It's just a CD with.
I would assume they would have to put their hits on there.
Yeah.
Well,
the big
Leonard Skinner,
hits.
probably Sweet Home Alabama.
Right.
Just me talking.
Who knows? Let's. What's the name of this one? Street Survivors, of course.
Street Survivors.
Street Survivors, the Leonard Skinner tribute band.
Don't want to confuse anybody with the name. You got to really put it in their face that, hey, we do this kind of music.
What is Street Survivors? I'm not a big Skinner fanatic.
An album.
Oh, it's okay.
And their business card says Street Survivors, Yankees by birth, rebels by choice.
Ooh. Ugh.
Oh. Maybe this is a DVD because it's not queuing up.
The name of their band should be Decided to Stay in the Terminal. Hawk, why isn't that queuing up? Get to work on that?
Come on now.
All right.
Oh, God. Oh, that's a DVD. All right.
A DVD?
Yeah, if you're going to send in your tribute band stuff, help us out.
Just mark it.
Recording.
Yeah.
Doesn't sound like a tribute band. Sounds like just any band doing this cover song.
Yeah.
I don't think they worked very hard.
Rerun did a better job recording the Doobie Brothers.
The little tape recorder under his jacket.
Why the hell would he want a bootleg copy of the Doobie Brothers?
Just the way this fatso is jumping around that big heavy recorder and the whole band stops. and it's the guy who plays Sweet Daddy in Good Times. I'm going to jail for a fat kid eating popcorn. Thought you were our friend, Rerun.
What a great copy they would have gotten.
Let's say hi to Jim. Jim, what's up?
Hey, what's happening on, eh?
Well, here,
Hello.
Give me another one, please. Something that might...
Jim, you're on the Opie and Anthony show. Hi, Jim.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Go ahead, Jim.
All right, very good. Hey, Sabracadabra, weren't they the band with the guy who used to dress up like Ozzy and act like him and put on the fake accent?
He does it on stage. He's like an Ozzy from the 70s, but I don't know if he does it in real life. I mean, again...
Yeah, they used to play at the railroad station bar across the street from the Ronkonkoma station.
Oh, okay.
They were pretty much the epitome of the weirdo in the tribute band who thought he was the guy. I mean, they kicked ass. They sounded great, but that guy, wasn't he just a little too far?
I don't know, actually. I only saw him under those circumstances where you're supposed to be like him. I mean, he was a cool guy, though, walking around just talking. He didn't seem in character when we were hanging out. I mean, he was just pretty normal.
Which was really weird.
With the exception of dressed like Ozzy in 1976. Aside from that, he was normal.
I was just shocked by how much he tried. He was, like, trying to be the man. It was kind of strange. The whole tribute band is kind of freaky. But, yeah, they kicked ass. That drummer was outstanding.
Yeah, they're a very good band.
All right.
All right. All right, I got nothing. Punch out.
You have a lot, sir. Don't think that way about yourself.
Let's say hi to Nate in Brooklyn. Nate, what's up?
Good morning, guys.
Morning.
There used to be this band in the New York area called the Soft Parade. They were a Doors cover band, and the guy, I don't remember his name, but the Jim Morrison guy would get so wrapped up into the character, he would actually start reading those lines that were popularized by Oliver Stone at the actual show, and he would pretend that there were cops in the back of the room coming to arrest them. And he would start going, no, come on, man, this is my freedom. Leave me alone, man. There were no cops.
What a dick.
And actually, there was this other one called Voodoo Child, a Hendrix guy. He would actually burn his guitar, and one time at this place in Staten Island, his boa actually caught fire as the thing was burning. And the feather boa that he was wearing around it was actually caught fire, and the manager had to come out with a fire extinguisher and put him out. That's pretty wild and rebel type of guy.
That's classic.
Take it in, guys.
All right, thank you, Nate. All right, we found another tribute band, Anthony. The band's called Exciter.
Exciter?
The Judas Priest tribute band.
Of course. Are you to make it realistic? The singer sucks a cock right there on stage. Is that true? All right.
It's your turn to sing with me. I know you know this one.
Uh-oh. Oh, boy. Uh-oh.
One life, I'm gonna live it up.
Awful. Awful.
I'm taking the flight. I said I'll never get enough.
Horrible.
Stand tall. I'm young and kind of proud. But on the top, as long as
Trying to get to the hook. Yeah, come on.
Difficult.
if you think I'll sit around as the world goes by, you're thinking like a fool, 'cause in the case of do or die, out there is a fortune waiting to be had. You think I'll let it go, you're mad you got.
That is horrible. I bury it in echo, hoping that's going to cure all the ills, but...
Next. Brian, what's up?
Hey, man, what's up, guys?
Hey, man.
Hey, I was just going to say, I've seen your brother's tribute band, The Journey.
Yeah.
Unbelievable performance, man. I mean, the whole place just went nuts.
Yeah, Journey's pretty gay, but, you know.
They really are great.
It's playing to the crowd.
I was going to ask, you guys ever heard of a tribute band called Cold Gin?
They must be a Kiss tribute band. What's that?
Yeah, they're actually registered, I guess, what is it, trademarked by Kiss and all that. They got a guitar from Ace Frehley, one of the Fenders that burns, you know, when he's playing the solo and it lights up and smokes.
They must sound like them, though, if Kiss licensed them. I mean, they must be pretty decent. I'll ask Gene tomorrow when I see them.
They're unbelievable. I mean, the full costumes, the spit in the fire, the blood, everything.
Yeah, all right.
Thanks, bro.
Thanks, bro. We're gonna move on to the world's only female tribute to Iron Maiden.
What? Female tribute to Iron Maiden. Okay, it's a gimmick.
She better have a meaty one if she's going to look like that Bruce Dickinson poster with his foot up on the amp.
The name of the band is called the Iron Maidens.
Maidens.
Get
I
it?
get it, because they're all chicks.
And they're from...
and iron, because that's what they should be doing.
They got a whole brochure and everything.
The Ironing Maidens.
This is my big hit called My Eye is Black and I Put Too Much Starch in the Shirt.
Steve, I want to encourage him.
Here's our song. When you're done in the bedroom, get in the kitchen, start rattling those pots and pans.
You guys ready for Barefoot and Pregnant?
Oh, that's funny. All right, do you want to listen to...
Of course I do.
The Iron Maidens, The Number of the Beast.
I left alone. My mind was blank. I needed time to think, to get the memories from my mind. What did I see? Can I believe that what I saw that night was real and not just fantasy? Just what I saw in my old dreams. Were they reflections of my warped mind staring back at me?
A bunch of pigs.
'Cause in my dreams,
Not bad, though.
it's always there.
All right, I stand corrected.
Leave a face that twists my mind and brings me to despair.
Stop whining.
Night was black, was no
I wouldn't be able to take
holding back.
30 seconds of that.
You don't like?
Oh.
I started to at first, but then she started to sing. It's like, nah, it's just again, it's just a gimmick. She doesn't sound like him.
No.
The Iron Maidens.
Oof.
All right.
All these females singing men's songs.
We do have Sabracadabra.
You got some Sabracadabra?
Yeah, we'll play a hit, though. We need a hit.
Yeah, of course.
Of course we do.
Let's say hi to John in Jersey. John, what's up?
What's up, boy? If you want a little more incentive to watch that tribute movie, they had a Kiss tribute band in there where the lead singer is so friggin' nuts, he gets so into the character, he actually tries to kill himself. They don't show him to kill himself. They show him the band going through that. And the Gene Simmons guy is black.
Is he really?
Gene Simmons guy?
Yeah, he does the makeup, but he puts on a clear like stocking top to cover up his blackness.
Cover up his blackness.
Oh, that's hilarious.
No,
Black Gene Simmons.
Oh, that's very funny.
Thank you. What are we waiting for?
He's checking the track listing on the phone.
All he had to do is count.
Yeah, what you need to do?
I could have counted.
2.
Any information you need, I'll give you.
Oh, my God.
3.
Get him in here.
I go, just find out what track is Paranoid, and it was on the CD. All you had to do was count.
Get that,
really?
fucking shaved Lebanese animal in here.
So Eric runs. Oh, my God.
Here's what you
They're
do.
all discombobulated.
It's like 2 from the end or 1 from the end. So
Yeah.
what you do is you just count backwards. Just count backwards.
Mommy?
Hey, Mom. Why are you moving forward quick?
There it is.
What
Look,
number?
their album cover looks like a Sabbath album.
That's Volume 4, actually.
Really?
What's the exact same cover as Volume 4, except the Sabbath and Sabbath.
All right, here's Jimmy loves these guys. Sabra Cadabra.
Tony Iommi!
Sounds like Ozzy from early 70s, 73, 72. That's Ozzy. Very early 70s.
What are you laughing at,
I'm
Anthony?
laughing at Steve from Bayshore. No, his name wasn't Gene Simeon.
Jesus.
These mother... You guys are the worst, man. And
you do
Wooly...
realize that we have black listeners, right?
I know.
That we're trying to keep.
It's these people like Stephen S. from Bayshore, and then a Wooly who says he's from Bermuda. There's the Gene character tried to kill himself. The black lead singer plays Paul Stanley. That guy got it all screwed up. Is that true? I don't know.
We got another band to go to? Oh, Jesus.
Why did no one in this room think of that one?
Oh, I do. I was running
Horribly
through things,
and
too. I couldn't
racist
even
and
come close to
awful. God.
All right, we got a we got a Pearl Jam tribute band from New Jersey.
Oh, what are these guys called?
No Code Jam. Or No Code. Can we move on? I'm trying to keep the black listeners.
We're trying.
They're giving up on us, though. I'm reading the email.
No.
These guys are like, look, man, we like you guys too, but you make it really tough on a daily basis. All right, do you want to hear Black Daughter, Even Flow?
I want to hear Even Flow. That's a big hit.
Even Flow?
Yeah.
This is No Code, the Pearl Jam tribute band. Jim's still dying.
My stomach.
That's pretty good live.
Yeah.
A little fast, but that does a good job.
Yep.
Not bad at all. No Code from New Jersey. We'll put him in the bin with Sabracadabra.
Put him in the good bin.
Yeah, we got 2 good ones so far. Eventually we'll have some kind of contest. Here's Daughter by No Code. A little taste. By the way, a bit has been born. We'll go to the phones next.
Does it good any better?
Not bad at all. There you go. No Code from Jersey. They passed the audition. I'm trying to move on. I try on a daily basis to move the fuck on.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah, but a bit has been created, though. The listeners will take off on this one. We'll see how long this goes.
Before they ruin it.
Anthony on Long Island. Go ahead, Anthony.
Yo, what's up? Speaking of black tribute bands, there's a Guns N' Roses band from down south called Rocket Queen. The singer was black, and they called himself Blaxel Rose.
Really?
Yeah, he wasn't too good, but it's funny to see a black guy with red hair.
It's true.
Later, guys.
All right, well, that's not what I was going for, but there you have it. Ben, oh, look at this. Dave in Boston. Go ahead, Dave.
Uh-oh. Hey.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, I heard Ben's Cock had its own tribute band.
The thing is, Ben's hog is so big, it has its own tribute band,
Right.
you ass.
Got to follow the formula.
This dummy.
Ben's cock got a tribute band.
And he clears his throat and hangs up clumsily.
Hits a tree.
Paul in Ohio.
Yo, man, how you doing? I'm sure you guys heard of these guys. They're called The Machine. They're a Pink Floyd tribute band.
Yeah?
Yeah, I saw them at the Westbury Theater. I'm actually from Long Island. I'm heading home. At the Westbury Music Theater, they did
All right already, hurry up.
I'm sorry, dude. Yeah, they did The Dark Side of the Moon to Wizard of Oz, and it actually works.
Yeah, we've heard that old gag.
All right.
No, dude, it actually works.
Yeah, but what if
You start Dark Side of the Moon, man, right on the second roar of the MGM Lion during the Wizard of Oz, and you'll be surprised. You turn the volume down on the Wizard of Oz, how it lines up, man, and how the music goes with the movie, man.
All right, here we go.
Take acid and anything goes with that stupid movie.
Of course.
And junkies.
There's a million examples of that, by the way.
Things that go with the film if you turn it down.
Yeah.
You could put a song on and turn the TV on and turn the volume on the TV down, and occasionally, especially when you're smoking pot with your friends, the mouth looks like it's singing the song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Done that.
You know what lines up great when she lands in Munchkinville? If you turn the volume down and you play Short People Got No Reason to Live. That lines up well.
All right, moving on. We're doing this tribute band thing. Eventually, we're going to have some kind of contest. So far, we like 2 bands, Sabracadabra and No Code by Pearl Jam, right? All right, I get it. Jesus Christ. Here's a band called Hair.
Ace Freemy.
All right. Here's a band called Hair Supply.
Hair Supply?
Hair Supply.
What do they do?
The greatest heavy metal air supply tribute band in the tri-state
Heavy
area.
metal air supply. See, this isn't tribute. This is a joke.
And that's also the company that Lou Graham has been calling.
Oh. That's good.
New York
With Brewer?
Awful. All right, well, there you go. There's, why? What are you guys laughing at?
I can't even read it.
What are you laughing at?
I can't read it. Can you see this one?
I didn't see it. Just read it.
I can't.
Why?
No, it's too bad.
I
I can't read it.
Well, let me
it's
see it.
just over the line.
Let me see it. It's from a listener.
I'll post it on Blackback when I get
It's from
home.
a listener and it's satellite radio.
No, it's just you can't.
Awful.
Oh, my God.
You motherfuckers. That's Matt from Staten Island. The big racist.
Well, we could play fill in the blank. Matt from Staten Island, an all-black Beatles tribute band called...
Yeah.
And it just happens to be the name of another band that was
Say,
popular.
hey, what are we doing next?
Let's go to Mike in Westchester. Mike?
Hey, guys. Oh.
Yeah.
Just trying to be
I
friendly.
saw a Black Pink Floyd tribute band just last week. They were called Dark East Side of the Moon.
Okay. All right. Look. It always goes too far. It always goes too far.
What are we moving on with
This
here?
show has gotten incredibly racist over the past couple of days, and it's got to stop.
Yes.
Come on now.
Hey. All right.
We've got to get back to goofing on the Asians.
The world's ultimate Rush tribute trio.
Mm.
What are they called, though?
Wow.
Momo's Dance Party? That's the name of the...
What, the Rush?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. What?
There's a Black Rush tribute.
Yes.
Singer's Geddy Leroy.
Well, the name isn't Rush. It's Take Your Time and Get There Late.
Jesus. There goes 2 more black listeners.
Look, we're sorry. Waddle doodle. I apologize.
I've been very sensitive to their plight. The black listeners have been emailing saying, come on, guys, and we
love the black listeners.
We just lost 2 more. All right, here's Momo's Dance Party.
Left a few notes out there. Yeah, left a few notes out. Rush, very hard to sing, too, by the way.
tough one.
Yeah, he's got the notes, but he doesn't have, like, it's a little too nasal, and he doesn't have the power that Getty does hit the notes with. But
He's not pushing the wind.
yeah. Not bad, though. It's all right.
Momo's Dance Party.
It's all right, dog.
You want it in the good bin or the...
Yeah.
We'll keep them for a while?
Yeah.
All right.
They're in contention.
We'll put them with Sabra Cadabra and No Code.
Who is this, Opie?
More Black Sabbath. Classic Black Sabbath. Wicked World.
Wicked World.
A fine song.
Find a hit.
Yeah, they went kind of obscure.
What songs are there?
Yeah.
I can't even look at the phones with instant feedback. Look at line, what is that, 8 or something? No, don't go to Anthony in California.
Anthony.
Yeah.
What's up?
No.
Hey, guys. How you doing there, sweet cheeks?
Hey, Anthony.
No,
Yeah.
I refuse to be part of this phone
Which
call.
one?
What's up, Anthony?
I seen a black group one time do Twisted Sister. They called themselves Twisted Nick.
Yeah, see, they always ruin it.
Let's go to Vinny. Vinny.
What do you say?
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah, hey, Billy Idol tribute band, all black, Mooly Mooly.
What? That's not even funny.
It's not, you got...
All right, Wicked World.
What songs are on there, Ope? I'll help you.
Killing Yourself to Live, Behind the Wall of Sleep, Hole in the Sky, Tomorrow's Dream, and this little ditty.
Oh, I want to do Hole in the Sky.
Fairies Wear Boots.
Yeah.
How long does it take for the vocals to kick in?
I would do one with Hole in the Sky, but that's just me.
I want as many people to play along, though. A lot of people don't know Hole in the Sky.
I know, it's just a long intro for this one.
These guys are from Yonkers. Yonkers. Pretty good, right?
Yeah.
This goes on and on,
long
doesn't
intro,
it?
man, yeah.
I know.
1970.
Here we go.
He's not a bad singer, but he doesn't really sound like Ozzy.
No, he's not capturing the Ozzy.
Right, but he doesn't have a bad voice.
Yeah.
Yay or nay?
I'm in the fence on that one. I'd have to put it in the nay if I had to choose one, but they don't suck. They're just...
Are they better than Sabra Cadabra?
No.
Then they gotta go.
Then they gotta go.
They gotta go. They gotta go.
I'm not going to say what they have for a Primus tribute.
Wow.
But it is simple. You can only imagine who the lead singer of the Spanish Rolling Stones is.
Jesus.
Ah, you people. My God.
Is there a song list on this one? No?
No, they didn't say anything.
Oh, boy. Okay, we got a Van Halen tribute band. The Mighty Van Halen tribute. Unchained. Another band from Jersey, Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard these guys. You have?
Aren't these... I think these are the guys that were at the Hard Rock that night.
Yeah, it's exactly who it is.
Yeah.
This next band, I used to have posters on my wall of these next guys when I was in high school. And now I'm sharing the stage with them. Ladies and gentlemen, the greatest Van Halen tribute band in the world. Their name is
Wow. What an intro.
If you're going to showcase your ability as a tribute
Wow.
band, why would you send in a live recording where the vocals are so buried?
Yeah, wouldn't you
room noise?
get a good studio recording of yourself?
That's got to go in the Nay thing, but can they send us another one? Maybe they're better than that, because that's horrendously recorded.
Yeah, you could kind of tell it's probably good.
Send us another
Probably
one.
does a good job.
Jammer, what's up?
Hey, Hope Amp,
Hey.
Big Lip Lover.
Hi, fella.
You guys hear the Steve Miller tribute band, the old black one?
Huh?
Jungle Lovers.
What?
All right, listeners, you've done
wrecked it.
enough damage.
You don't have to be vicious. You can be clever.
Ian from Philly, did you guys see the all-Asian tribute band for Pink Floyd? Blank Floyd.
Jesus.
Oh no. Chief from New York has a soft cell tribute. Sickles.
Steve. Jesus.
It's just awful. You guys are horrid. There's no reason for this. I think people are all like pissed off from yesterday, from watching that fire extinguisher hit the guy in the face at the convenience store, and now they're trying to get back. And
No, they're just dicks.
are they? They're just
please.
being dicks.
Oh, what's this? AC/DC, right? Obviously. Overdose. The Bon Scott tribute.
It's good, man.
Not bad, huh?
Yeah.
All right, we'll put these guys in that other pile. Very good.
Are you laughing at Randall from Austin, Texas?
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet. I'm looking at Rob from West Palm Beach. One black tribute band you'll never see is a tribute to the police.
I like this guy with an all Hasidic band doing the Moody Jews.
See, that's the bit. You gotta roll it around a little bit.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah, let me sort through all the different nationalities that are coming in.
Rich in New York. Go ahead, Rich.
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Hey.
Nickelback has an all-black tribute band.
All right.
I'm sure they do.
I'm sure they do. Thank you.
I'm sure they're wonderful.
Nickelback.
Carmine from Staten Island.
Yeah, I want to make a correction. I saw that Black Pink Floyd band. They were actually called, if I remember correctly, was The Dark Side of the Coon.
Oh, God. You know, enough. Enough of the black tribute band bit.
They're only following your leads.
They're not following our leads.
They're following
I
you
read
and
one.
you.
I read one off of instant feedback, and now it always, again, they take it much too far.
Brad in Cleveland.
Oh, God.
Hey, buddies.
Hey, we have the world's first Men at Work tribute band here. They happen to be black, called Men That Don't Work.
All right. See, now he's rehashing old bits. No, Mr. Monster Rain Hughes from Whackbag, there's no way in hell that will ever be read. It's probably the most offensive one I've ever seen.
What's the name of the band, or what's the band are they paying tribute to?
It's a Nirvana tribute band, and it's the worst. No. Look at this one, Jimmy. See, it's gone way too far. The hate that comes out of some of you people. Not even clever or funny in a horrific way.
Oh, my God.
Huh?
Nothing.
Oh, you read that one?
Yeah.
Yeah. Really
We
bad.
got any others to look at today?
Foo Fighters, Beatles, Iron Maiden.
Beatles. We got to hear the Beatles.
Yeah.
Drop something.
Ian's mad at me in Philly. Hey, Ope, thanks for fucking up my line, fuckface.
What was the line?
I don't remember now. Did I mess it up, Ian?
Ian, what happened?
Yeah, Ian. And some feedback with
Oh,
your
there's
line.
I guess there's a tribute band out there of all kids with that are mongoloids. System of the Downs.
All right. Here we go.
Believe me, I'm picking anyone I can find that is a little different.
She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. She loves you, yeah, yeah, yeah. She loves you, yeah, 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 yeah.
Oh.
You think you've lost your love?
Oh.
Well, I saw her yesterday, yeah.
Beatles, very hard to do right, because everyone is so familiar with
She
it.
told me what to say, yeah. She said she loves you.
Yeah, but it's such an imitation of, like, the English accent and stuff.
And she loves you, and you know you should be glad.
They forgot the high note.
Yeah, where's the ooh?
She almost lost her mind, but now she said she knows.
I say,
You're not the
I think they got to go in the Yay thing, though, just to see them live.
Yeah. Full Puddinhead on rhythm guitar.
Copies of Catcher in the Rye will be handed out at the door.
Shake it up, baby, now. Shake it up, baby. Twist and shout. Twist and shout.
Too whiny or something.
Come on, baby. Come on and work it on out. Work it on out. Yeah, work it on out.
The harmonies are all wrong.
Yeah, really bad. They're
Ouch.
adding in too many, and
That was the BBC,
The wrong
a tribute
one.
to the Beatles. No.
oh,
Okay, that's no.
yeah. The
Harvey the Love Bug.
The BBC. Have fun, listeners. Oh, yeah, the Love Bug.
Is that Michael Keaton?
Yes.
He's in that movie?
He hasn't done anything in years,
What
right?
happened to Michael Keaton?
He did Batman, and then...
White Noise was awful. What did he do since his last good movie?
Jack
Mr. Mom?
Frost. Pacific Heights.
Yeah, that was a good movie.
When did he...
This is Sanctuary. Iron Maiden, of course. Tribute band. Fast.
That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, it's not a lousy recording.
All right,
Yeah.
well, there you have it.
Build-up was a little slow, but that was pretty good.
That's Sanctuary.
Vocals were there, but it's
Yeah.
a lousy recording.
Yes.
Another lousy recording. Yeah.
Okay. Let's say hi to Peggy in Illinois. Peggy, what's up?
Hey.
Hey.
I was just calling to tell Jim that girls can sing guy songs. I sing in a band, and we do a bunch of covers. I'm not in a tribute band, just a cover band. But we do a bunch of male lead songs. And
No, I'm sure you can. I just was that particular band. What do you sing?
just lots of current shit. We do, like, the Foo Fighters, Audio Slave.
I don't like chicks singing guy songs, though.
What's that?
I don't like chicks singing guy songs.
Why not?
Yeah, what are the bands you do besides the Foo Fighters?
Green Day, Blink-182, Audio Slave, anything like that's real current, like The Killers and Franz Ferdinand and all the shit that you're hearing on the radio and stuff, because we just have to keep up with the kind of current college stuff, but stuff like that. But, I know we run into a lot of guys that, like, when they first start out, they kind of have a negative image, but once they hear it, they're always like, all right, that was cool, because I think there's just an image that girls can't do it, but we can.
All right, Peggy.
All right.
Can you
guys,
belt out a song
you're
real quick?
awesome.
Wait, Peggy,
Need more girls calling.
Shut up. Can you sing a cappella?
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty trained.
Well, sing something.
Yeah, sing something.
Oh, come on.
Seriously, why not?
It never sounds good over the phone.
Sure it will.
Yeah, if these tribute bands, we can still tell who's good on lousy recordings. We'll at least be able to tell if you can sing.
It always sounds
Come
like
on,
shit,
let's go,
so-
Peggy.
Don't be
Just
shy.
do it. No one knows who you are. Just do it.
Everybody knows who I am because I'm famous in Illinois.
All right,
No,
well.
I'm just kidding. You guys need more female listeners.
No, we don't.
Bye.
She
Don't want to play
Out
along.
here babbling and not going to play along. We don't need more of you.
Yeah, we would have plugged her and everything.
Go ahead, Ben.
You guys ever seen the Dan Band?
No.
Dan Band, it's the band that's in Old School that's singing Bonnie Tyler. They do all women's songs, and they're guys, and they do like Madonna and all that. It's pretty fun.
That's hysterical.
They sound like them at all?
Yeah, they're really good. They're really big in L.A., and then they come to New York a couple times a year. But that's the band.
We have them here?
Who's this? Monkey Wrench. Foo Fighters, tribute band. Where's My Hero? It says in My Hero.
No.
It's mislabeled probably. Let's see if it's this track.
Play a hit.
How about Total Eclipse of the Heart?
Here's My Hero. Monkey Wrench, all right.
Take your pictures down and check it out. Truth or consequence, say it loud. Use that evidence, waste it around. There goes my hero, watch him as he goes.
Sounds like a cover band.
All right.
Yeah.
What is it?
Kind of was able to get the effect on the vocals to try to fake it, but he didn't really sound like him.
Oh my God, an Alice in Chains tribute band. This will be the last one we do today.
Ah,
Gotta
one
hear
of
some
my
Alice in
faves.
Chains,
That'd
yes.
be good.
Alice in Chains tribute band from Boston. What's the name of these guys? Junkhead? Junkhead, Anthony, doing Alice in Chains.
Play a good one.
They only have like one or two songs on here. Little Wood? Sure. Musically, very good.
So far, so good.
starts off good.
You lost me. It doesn't have the power Lane had.
Drowning in reverb, too.
Yeah. Yeah, they try to cover up with all kinds of reverb and chorus and everything else on their vocals, and it's just, it ain't doing it.
Let's start off promising, but...
Lane's voice, one of the best singers in rock history, I would say. History.
The more reverb,
that was great.
The worse you sing.
Lane Staley.
Lane Staley was amazing.
The power he had in range.
Mike in Cleveland. What's up, Mike?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Hey.
Hey, you guys are going to guess this one right away. The Black 9 Inch Nails tribute band. 9 Inch Cocks.
I had enough.
The black man doesn't, but the black man doesn't mind that stereotype. Jesus. Let's say hi to Bill in Tennessee. Bill, what's up?
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Casey Dixie does covers of AC/DC, Kiss, and the Cars, and it's interesting to say the least.
AC Dixie, yeah.
Yeah.
Didn't we have him on the show once?
Yeah.
Yeah, Hillbilly tribute to AC/DC. We like these guys, actually.
Yeah, they're pretty cool.
Maybe we'll go to break with one of their songs. Doesn't sound like the band. They do their own thing with the songs.
Yeah.
Doing a little fiddling and bluegrassing.
Fiddling.
Oh, yeah.
All right, thanks.
All right, thanks.
You guys want to hear Highway to Hell, You Shook Me All Night Long, or Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap?
Dirty Deeds.
Yeah?
Yeah, I like Dirty Deeds.
All right, Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap as we go to break from Hey Seed Dixie.
Having trouble with your high school hair, he's giving you the blues. You want to graduate but not his best, here's what you got to do. Pick up the phone, I'm always home, call me anytime. Just ring 362-436. I lead a life of crime. Dirty deeds, done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds, done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds, done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds and they're done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds and they're done dirt cheap. You got problems in your life with love. You got a broken heart. She double dealing with your best friend. That's when the teardrops start, bye-bye. Pick up the phone, I'm here alone. I'll make a social call. Come right in, get about him. We'll have ourselves a ball. Dirty deeds, done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds, done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds, done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds and they're done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds and they're done dirt cheap. You got a lady and you want her gone, but she ain't got the guts. She keeps nagging at you night and day, enough to drive you nuts. Pick up the phone, leave her alone. It's time you made a stand. For her feet, happy to be your back domain. Dirty deeds, done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds, done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds, done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds and they're done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds and they're done dirt cheap. Cement shooting, rat poison, and they done dirt cheap. Necktie, contract, high boat, done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds, done dirt cheap. Dirty deeds, yeah, done dirt cheap.
Unpredictable, unleashed, unruly.
Unwashed, unkempt. I stink.
Next thing I knew, I had my pants down around my knees and my shirt pulled up to my armpits.
Shut up!
Enough, who cares?
I can't believe it fell for that again.
Damn you, Hawk.
Wow, turn that down a bit. Thanks, bro. It's your pals Opie and Anthony. Little Jimmy Norton is somewhere. I think he's doing like a phone interview. He's playing down there in D.C. this weekend.
Wait, he's doing some other show right now?
I think so. Is it now or a little later? Oh, no, here he comes. He's got to do a phoner.
Should do it on our show.
He's got to do a phoner for The Arrow. 9:30, The Arrow down in D.C.?
Yeah.
All right. They were kind enough to have you on their program?
Yeah, those guys have been very, very cool, and so is those guys out to lunch have been helping promoting the D.C. show, which is great, since, you know, I made fun of Elliot's laugh and can't get on his show.
And Ron and Fez.
Ron and Fez has been phenomenal. I love those guys.
Yeah. Which will be, well, never mind. Anyway.
Hi, Jim. Fez.
Fez. It's going to be a huge show down there in D.C.
Yeah, it was sold out, but then we added some seats. We had to reconfigure only because the Leno thing kind of sold things out a little faster than I expected, so they reconfigured it and added seats and whatever. So
people said, he's a funny lad.
This
Go
guy's
see
not
him.
too bad.
Where's he playing?
Yeah, so hopefully we're good.
Not too shabby to have Leno promoting your gigs instead of...
It definitely helped. Well, again, it's on TV, man. It's just people just tune in, they hear it accidentally.
It also helps us because you haven't really had to promote that show.
Yeah.
So we don't have to sit through your shameless plugs.
Oh, they
over
really
and over
are
again.
awful. Dude, please.
Shameless.
The fact that I'm doing Cleveland in July is completely irrelevant to anything.
Right.
Who cares?
All right.
Dude,
Dwayne.
no one cares if tickets go on sale this Friday morning at 10. Big deal. Ticketmaster, who gives a shit?
Dwayne, what's up?
Hey, what's going on, fellas?
Hey, Dwayne.
Well, Jimmy.
Hey, Dwayne.
Hey, just calling in support of the black listeners. See, we take it cool. We understand it's all jokes and games. Because, see, they're all made up of one clip from Menino. Speaks volumes.
What's that?
That's true.
What happened?
It's all made up with one quick Menino.
One quick Menino.
And
makes
it
up for
erases
every
everything.
joke.
See?
What do you mean? We
He
just
hears
played...
one Menino,
Uh-huh.
and it makes up for everything that we do that might be
offensive.
seen as offensive.
Dwayne,
racist.
you're black?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
I'm
but
black
how
listener
black
number 2.
are you?
How black am I?
Yeah.
So black that I have to smile at night.
Jesus. Oh, my God. That's black.
we did have more black listeners. It's, you know, I mean, I guess sometimes we do, like, racist jokes, but...
You guys be amazed how many people... I'm down here in Jersey. You'd be amazed how many black guys listen to you.
All right.
Trust us, we sit there and listen to you guys every day.
I've been surprised how many times black guys come up. It's like you think for some reason because only white guys in the studio, you think that no one else listens, and then I'd be surprised how many guys come up at the Cellar or other places and go, "Hey man, I love the new show," and it's like, "Wow, it's cool."
We've gone to see Norton a couple times. I ran into Norton at Rascals there in Eatontown before they shut it down.
Yeah, it's a shame that club went.
Okay. All
Bye,
right.
mister.
Thank you, Dwayne.
All right, take care, fellas.
There you go. That's promising.
Hey.
Really fast before we move on, there is 2 more bands we got to get to. I wish
Uh-oh.
we found these in the bin before because we were going with a lot of kind of more obscure bands like Iron Maiden.
No
stuff.
rush, Ope.
We have Pink Floyd and Zeppelin. You gotta listen to some Pink Floyd tribute and a Zeppelin tribute before we move on. All right?
Let's give them a quick.
Hey, I have a
listen
question
then.
about the Zeppelin tribute. Do they do the Immigrant Song at all?
Huh?
The Immigrant Song is on there?
Yeah.
That's a great one to test vocals on.
You know, Zeppelin is, I don't know. That's one band. That's got to be one of the toughest bands to do.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
So when
it's
I met
hard.
Robert Plant, we talked about that. It was just kind of...
Yeah? You and Bobby Plant?
Yeah, he says, your head's so small. We just took a picture.
With his giant head.
This band is called Which One's Pink?
Mm-hmm.
And,
Zeppelin?
No, well, all right, shut up.
All right.
Want to hear Us and Them, even though that's a long intro?
Uh-oh.
There's not a lot of hits here, though.
What
do
else
you mean
is not
on
a
there?
lot of hits?
When the Tigers broke free?
No.
Okay. What Shall We Do Now?
Because I'm seeing a huge amount of songs there.
In the Flesh?
No.
The Thin Ice? Goodbye Blue Sky?
Oh,
One of My
kind of a
Turns? Don't Leave Me Now? Another Brick in the Wall, but it's part 3.
Oh, boy.
What's part 3?
That was like a...
It's after 1 and 2.
Oh,
and it's
Jesus.
like-
and
it's only-
before 4, you're correct.
Yeah.
And it's only like a minute long. The Trial.
What the hell are these guys doing?
How about Wish You Were Here?
Right. Well, these are all, great, Floyd
Comfortably
songs.
Numb?
Oh, dude, one of the
Come
best songs
on.
ever written by anybody.
Something.
Might have to go with Us and Them, I think.
All right.
This band is stupid.
Us and Them, Any Color You Like,
Too cool
Brain
for the room.
Damage, Eclipse, One of These Days.
We don't play the hits everyone wants to hear.
How about Comfortably Numb, Ope?
And they don't have Comfortably
Here it
Numb
is.
on there? Yeah.
This is Us and Them.
Yeah.
I don't think the intro's that long, actually.
No Comfortably Numb, huh?
Which one's pink? Shut up.
Oh, a little spray for Jimmy.
So far, so good.
Actually, really good musically. Come on.
Hello, hello. Is there anybody in there?
Okay, I looked around the room like, oh, it was Jimmy. Okay.
Holy crap, you just got us all.
I was looking around the room going, wait a minute, someone's got to be singing that. Who's singing that? That can't be the band. That's funny. Fooled me. Totally fooled me.
I should be in a Pink Floyd tribute band.
I'm like, these guys are awful.
Oh, I thought you were going to say it sounded just like the record.
Hello, hello.
That's right. Pink Skin. That's the name of it. For my baboon-like torso.
That was funny because you totally got me.
You got both of us.
It's a new tribute band.
You
The
know me?
Oh, his name is Lloyd. I was going to say the bartender Lloyd. Lloyd. Or to wisdom.
You know, we looked at each other like, what's this stinks?
I don't know the joke's over, so I try it again. Hello. All right. All right. Now I see why they picked the long intros.
Oh. Yeah, I like Jimmy's version better. This guy can't stay on key.
No.
Oh, off. And? Oh, you!
Fast forward to Time to Change. I want to hear that.
Which one is pink? Not them.
Hey, I don't want to give up on these guys yet. Let's just listen to this really fast.
Sounds just like a crowd. That's great.
Yeah. Tribute crowd.
Run around with mullets.
I don't need no arms around me. And I don't need no drugs to calm me.
But I need singing lessons.
I have seen the writing on the wall.
You should see the writing on the wall.
Jimmy,
Go to a
what's
trade
up?
School.
Hey, Jimmy.
Yo, what's up? Well, good morning, guys. Let's try out In the Flesh. You'll know the song when you hear it. That's a good song.
Why, you know the band?
No, I don't know the band, but I know the song. Let's see how bad they fucked that one up.
All right, well, we can do that, I guess. All right, we'll end with In the Flesh here by Which One's Pink?
We welcome Which One's Pink?
Musically, they got it down.
Yes.
Yeah, they got to get rid of that singer.
Someone who sounds more like Roger Waters. It'll be Joey Diaz. Wing in the mix. Crickets. Not even crickets.
Nothing.
Not an acknowledgement that a person talked.
I was reading, Jimmy. Sorry.
You missed nothing.
Oh, brother. Another one that goes on forever, huh?
I hate this band.
Yeah, they're annoying.
The fact they don't put one song on there that anybody knows.
Well, let's hear. Come in now? No, another time around. No.
The band is good. The music is good.
Off. Sing.
Might like to go to the show.
Not bad.
To feel the warm thrill of confusion that space cadet glow. Tell me, is something
lackluster.
We gotta make a decision. They're out?
I say out. Their music's good, but
All right.
man.
By the way, if you guys know of any other tribute bands out there, it's time for them to start sending their stuff in again.
Nick Q from Boston. Hi, I'm Anthony. I think that anyone who likes music that wasn't a radio hit is just trying to be cool. It's impossible for the lesser-known tracks to be better than the hits. I'm a closed-minded idiot. All right, Nick, thank you. Thank you for that.
I agree with
I
him,
just
though, man.
assume
If
that if you're a tribute band, Nick, if you're a tribute band, and you're going to see a tribute band of Pink Floyd or any band, you are going for the sheer purpose of seeing them play the hit songs. The hit songs. The songs you remember hearing. Jack off.
And Nick, the problem is, I understand what you're saying about wanting to hear obscure songs, but when they send in a CD with only obscure songs,
Right.
that's irritating.
Yeah, one band sent in, is it the Iron Maiden tribute band? They don't have Run to the Hills. They had Number of the Beast.
It's like if you want to put some songs on that are a little out there because you're a huge tribute band fan, fine.
The one Black Sabbath tribute band, I couldn't even find a hit off the CD.
Those songs
they
are
did Paranoid.
self-serving for
no,
the
that
band.
was
Oh, Sabbath, you mean the other one, Wicked World? Okay.
Yeah.
Self-serving for the band.
Yeah.
If they're huge fans and they love the deep tracks off of it and they love doing it, you're up there on stage enjoying playing that song and the crowd is sitting there staring at you going, what the fuck is this? Nick Q indeed.
All right, here we go. This is the final one for today.
He said his name was Anthony.
No, he's writing and making it like it's me.
Yeah.
Says,
Someone
hi,
ask-
I'm Anthony.
Can someone ask Lance from Apocalypse Now why he brought me an iced beverage?
Lance.
Yeah, we didn't ask for iced beverages,
We
right?
certainly didn't.
Oh,
That's
boy.
why I was confused.
If that kid wasn't so tussleable, I'd be angry.
Did he screw up again?
I drink these sometimes so I can see.
Yeah, I'll be
He
fine with the iced
screwed up
coffee.
again.
All right, here we go. Cashmere, the music
No
of Led
ice.
Zeppelin.
No ice there. What happened?
Jimmy has a problem with
All
you.
right, last time you asked me for that.
No.
So I heard latte, so that's what I got.
I didn't say latte coffee. It's fine. I don't know why Eric brought you in. It's not a big deal.
Sorry, I got
That's
scared.
fine.
I got scared.
That's
funny.
All right, beat it, small sweater. Jesus. Fucking sweater dicky is irritating me. If you wear a sweater, at least let it come to your belt. Fucking dryer idiot.
This is one of those shows where we're just going to goof off all morning. I
Yeah.
can feel it already.
Why not?
Fucking nonsense.
All right. Well, when you do a talk show every day, you're going to have these days where you just want to screw off.
Oh, off the subject one. I'm
Why don't
driving.
we take the show outside? Why don't we just do the rest of the show from the sidewalk?
So I'm coming home last night, and I honestly looked into the car next to me, and there was a guy who had this Sirius unit, we've been joking about it. The fucking thing was huge. I tried to get a picture of it, but the guy drove away before I could snap it.
Yeah.
It was monstrous.
It's hysterical. You pull beside a vehicle and see that Sirius unit up on someone's dashboard or
It's
stuck to
awful.
the windshield. It is so big, and it just obscures your view as you're driving.
Dude, I saw it from another car at night.
Yeah.
I was
At
on
night.
the West Side Highway. There's a guy and a chick. What draws my attention is not the chick, but that fucking NASA thing on the dashboard. I almost got a picture of it. I think it
The
was funny.
glow in the inside of their car coming off the thing.
No, it was actually off.
I finally got rid of mine because, the fine folks at the little doggy company, when they wanted us so bad that they gave Ant and I free subscriptions there.
Yep.
Well, they finally got rid of my free
They've
subscription.
canceled the subscription.
Well, it just ran out, probably, right?
I didn't even check. I finally decided to check it, so they turned it off. Who knows? They could have turned it off 6 months ago, so I had to finally remove this huge unit from my dashboard, messed up my whole fucking car.
There's screw holes in your dashboard now, right?
Well, they glued it. They had to glue a metal plate
Great.
on my dashboard, and then the unit sat up from there. I had to get big hats. Like I had to get a sombrero to cover this thing.
Sombrero.
That was my security so somebody doesn't break into the car thinking it's something really cool.
Yeah.
So I had a huge sombrero type hat covering the damn thing. So I finally ripped the whole thing out. My car is so fucked.
Yeah, you need something new.
They glued it with this whatever glue they use and the metal plate on the dashboard. It was sitting up high with this big screwy thing.
Yeah, they screwed two big screws into the plastic console of my Pathfinder.
Oh.
Just screw. Zzz, zzz. I don't want screws in. Screws!
All right. Cashmere, the music of Led Zeppelin, the immigrant song. This is very brave to attempt.
This, yes. I like it.
Uh-oh, hold on.
Apparently he hurt himself.
Oh. Double vocals. Punch it up a little bit.
A little slow, too, right?
Yeah. You're right, doubles.
Which means live it would be even worse.
Wow.
It's not the worst Zeppelin I've heard. Like Kip Winger singing Zeppelin or
I was gonna
something.
say, it sounds like an 80s hair band, right?
Yeah.
All right, well, that's a no, too. There you go. Send in your tribute bands. We'll do this again down the road.
Yeah.
And eventually we'll get some kind of competition going.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to go somewhere and have them play live and do that whole thing.
Maybe a venue. But it will be hard to set up all those bands, like all those like drums and guitars. I don't know why I had to specify what a band consists of, but...
They know how to do that.
Yeah, we'll figure something out.
I'm scared.
Oh, I just missed this accident this morning. Here's the wreck of the day.
Wow.
It's the Long Island Expressway. Looks like a van was going toward the city, going westbound, and it hit the divider, jumped right over it, and smashed into a tractor trailer in the eastbound lane.
Is he dead, the guy?
Yikes. I don't know, they took 3 people out of it. The van was just destroyed. 3 people out of the van.
Alive or dead?
I just took them out. I don't know. What was I with him? What do you want from me?
I thought maybe you talked to him.
That's all I heard. But I got in and saw that on the traffic report. It was like, whew, just missed it. Because I get stuck behind that traffic. You're doing the show. It's the Opie, Jimmy, and Anthony on the phone, really pissed off show.
That would be a great show, though.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have in your navigation system, Pugs had this navigation system where you're driving, and it has like a map of where you are now? It's phenomenal.
Yeah, I got that.
It just kind of
Whole
pops
map.
up. Here's a little infinity.
It's a whole thing. It's a screen on my dash, and it's a map of the whole area. You could zoom in, zoom out. It shows where you are, so it shows what road you're on. I use it all the time, even if I'm not doing one of the navigation things that are programmed in. If I see traffic coming up, I look at the map. I see I could make a right here and go around this whole thing, and then you follow that map around. Yeah, it's great. It's the future, Jimmy. You ought to get one of those. Saturn doesn't have that?
Not in the model I have.
No?
I mean, they do actually. It's like a fold-up map, and they say open this and look.
Doesn't point out where you are or anything on there?
Well, there was a shortcuts book I had, which is so obsolete now, years ago, by that Traffic Sam guy. Who was it? He quoted the phrase gridlock.
Oh, really?
Gridlock Sam, his name is. He did traffic for someone.
In the newspaper, right?
Yeah, but he had a
seen it.
book called Shortcuts, which I actually used and saved myself a lot of time many times.
Really?
Yes, book of
A
shortcuts.
book?
Of shortcuts.
Are you kidding?
Swear to God.
What, would all of a sudden you be in traffic and go thumbing through a book?
Looking for a shortcut?
What I would do is I would pretty much go like routes, like places where I typically hit traffic, like, you know, I'm not going to say where, just so no one else knows. I would use little shortcuts. I would read the book. Oh, yeah, I could go this way and try that. I got lost a few times. You know what I used to use it when I'd go from Jersey to Brooklyn, and I'd have to jump off the awful Staten Island Expressway.
Yeah,
and
it's horrible.
They would show you back roads on, like, you know, along Richmond or wherever, just how to, like, kind of go parallel with it and get to the Verrazano without hitting the Staten Island Expressway.
Without being on the always clogged Staten Island.
And you'd hit a little traffic, but you'd save yourself a bevy of time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A bevy?
Bevy.
Nice.
B-E-V-Y.
Well, XM, I know, is coming out with that whole traffic thing, too, where they're going to have in their unit. Well, it's going to be something where you not only know where you are like a navigation system, but it updates with traffic reports, and you'll see on your map where traffic areas are, and it'll show you how to bypass those.
Now, is it going to be? Oh, it's going to be a brand new unit, though. It's not going to be able to show on this unit, right?
Hey, what am I, a tech guy?
Oh no, no. I
just heard this.
Can I be a talk to Eric Logan?
No, I would like to sit down in a nice long meeting with Elo and discuss this whole thing.
I would too.
But I'm terribly busy playing video games and poker and whatnot.
There's a new line of Eric Logan wigs coming out.
Are there?
Yep.
You know, that's his hair.
I know.
Doesn't wear a wig or
No,
anything.
he doesn't wear a wig.
Yeah.
Should, but he doesn't. Anything would be an improvement. Maybe the Juan Epstein wig would be nice.
All right, we're going to take another break and regroup. And then we'll get into
Only a half hour we talked.
It's okay. We're going to take another break. That's what we do. We did an hour and a half, then we do 20 minutes. We do what we want.
You're right, Up. Good point.
And then we got to talk about the drunk pilot and the...
flying's easy.
The ice cream pervs can't work the ice cream trucks anymore.
Damn it.
And the transsexual that was a guy who's now a chick, and she's...
She.
A
Stop.
cop.
He.
She's a cop.
I don't call these things she.
Well, that's because you're mean-spirited. You just don't get it.
It's now a dickless man.
No. A tranny is a girl with an asterisk.
Let's go to Kevin in Jersey. Kevin.
Yeah, that XM satellite traffic's already out. It's only on a limited number of cars, but I think you can get it on the Acura RL.
Yeah?
And yeah, it's like a little bit extra on top of your regular XM subscription.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get it in your car, hook it up to your nav system, and shows you where the traffic is and gives you alternate routes.
Oh, you have to hook it up to your navigation. So the unit itself looks like a regular XM unit, but it's just a hookup to the navigation thing. Okay.
Yeah, it's like a little bit extra they put in there, and they like highlight the roads that are clear and the roads that have like a lot of traffic on it.
And then if you put in your navigation system that you're going from point A to point B, and it puts you on this highway, it'll check, and if there's traffic, it'll reroute you around the traffic.
But what about? Here's my thing: does the navigation system have to already be in the this one of the units that comes in the car?
It can come in the car, but you can get it for like the Acura comes, I think, with the car, but you can get it in like some Pioneer new unit with a big display.
I want one of those.
And you can figure out where you're going or how to get around.
I want one of those.
Who wouldn't?
Well, you can buy one then.
All right. Thanks.
All right, thanks,
sir.
Later.
I was stalling, but
why?
Can't.
He was good.
No, I want to play something going on a break, but we can't.
You
find
do.
Find it, Hawk.
E-Rock. It was another Led Zeppelin.
E-Rock now. Everyone's calling him E-Rock.
Calls who E-Rock?
He's
E-Rock.
Did you hear the new promo?
No, E-Rock. I did, but I didn't.
Can you play that new promo? Because we weren't able to comment on it.
Hurry up, Derek.
These fuckers behind the scenes are messing with E-Rock so bad.
Who's E-Rock?
That's E-Rock. They want to call him E-Rock now.
No.
Hawk, Eric.
E-Rock.
Oh, you got it?
E-Rock.
All right.
Here's now he found it so he can play a sweeper.
Here. No, he found
he
found E-Rock sweeper.
Ben is calling a little attention here to Hawk.
These
E-Rock.
guys are making these promos just to mess with him.
Yeah.
They don't care if the listeners like it or if it makes sense for the radio show.
Just to mess with Eric.
Right. So, what's up with the naked guy?
I don't know.
It's a queer eye thing.
Oh, that's funny.
All right, well.
What are they going to do, remodel his asshole?
Yeah. Make it much larger.
Yeah, wait, this needs room for at least 2 fists and a watch. Thanks,
Gay
guys.
Pride weekend in New York.
It is?
Yeah.
Right.
And Billy Graham's in town. How ironic.
Wow, that ought to be a good mixture of people.
When is Billy's boat ride? Let me give him a quick plug, because I do love Billy Mack.
Jesus.
I have to give him a plug. I love Billy Mack. When is this boat ride?
It's on there.
Well, could you have had smaller font? What the fuck is this for? He prints it out tiny. It's on...
All right, you figure that out. Hold on.
All right. Hey, Big Cock, find that.
We got 3 things going on at the same time.
I know we're just goofing off today.
It's Friday.
Friday. It's Friday?
Friday morning at 6:45.
I thought today was Friday.
The best part about this is the boat cruise takes right off where Billy Graham's going to be. This Dykes boat cruise that Billy's got. Divas,
Really?
Dames, and Dykes.com.
Does he have any reservations for it?
I think it's almost sold out.
All right, well, bring your partner. This 3rd floor is going to double as a hospice. So there can be dancing, drinking, and grieving. Jimmy's like stumbling through his bed. Still going with it. All right, listen. We got the promo. Here's the E-Rock promo. They made this just to mess with him, like I said. It has nothing to do with...
SS sarcoma.
Here we go. Hit that.
The ship went sail.
Unpredictable, unleashed, unruly,
Anthony. Unwashed, unkempt. I stink.
Next thing I knew, I had my pants down around my knees and my shirt pulled up to my armpits.
Shut up!
No, who cares?
I can't believe it fell for that again.
Damn you, Hawk.
That's funny.
But just make an E-Rock promo.
E-Rock.
Oh, that's great.
But I am E-Rock. E-Rock, huh?
Do you like E-Rock? That's good that 4 of us heard it. How about the rest of the country?
A little too cool.
Pedophile beard.
Not bad. It's better than Sex Bagel.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you went with Sex Bagel for many years.
That was the worst name
Sex Bagel,
ever.
Eric.
Just you like to have sex
Hawk.
with bagels. Jesus.
Yeah. Cream cheese on it through the hole.
That's not the one. Sorry. We can't find it.
That one almost bombed, but then Ben added it into the hole, and it just kind of
just
made it disgusting enough to be enjoyable.
Tell him, Fred.
Tell him, Fred.
Can I explain the bit that would have killed, but we can't find one of our classic O&A bits?
Just talk us through it. I'm sure it'll be just as
I was
good.
going to say, hey, guys, we have another tribute band, another Led Zeppelin tribute band, and I was going to hit play, and it was going to be the Terry Schiavo singing To the Immigrant Song. That's my gag.
Nothing's better than when somebody's sitting in this studio and says something, and you lean over and just do that in their face.
It's awful. That could be the most uncomfortable
oh,
thing.
my God, I can't even look.
Yeah. It's just such a mockery.
Because it's not just the sound, people. If you were in here and saw the face Opie makes when he does it, it's just this condescending, like... That sucked, and I'm laughing at you.
A lot of times I'll just stare right at him and do it, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, no
and he
problem.
holds the mic really
Hold the
aggressively.
mics and lean into them.
A two-handed aggressive mic hold.
Horrible.
But that would have been funny, and people like that Terry Schiavo Immigrant Song
I
remix.
know, that is a good one.
We can't find it. We lost it. Oh, well.
Oh.
We'll do it when we come back. How about that? I mean, there's no need to surprise people.
We're not going to find it.
Why not? I think if you want it, somebody will get to it.
We're not going to find it.
Shuffling through those.
Yeah, how do we not have that labeled properly?
I don't know what kind of system he has. He takes 4 out, looks, sees that it's not in there, then puts a rubber band around 4 of them, puts it back.
Maybe you could do this more expeditiously and stop re-rubber banding them. He's like fucking re-rubber banding them. Why don't you just change the font while we're here waiting on the air?
I don't know what his system is.
One day we're going to have to get into his OCD problems.
I know. Come on, Hawk Rock.
Is he a mess?
It's E-Rock.
Oh.
All right, here we go.
E-Hawk.
As we go to break, Howard Stern talking about XM satellite radio.
Ooh.
If you're planning a road trip this weekend, it's time to take XM satellite radio along for the ride. XM gives you 100% commercial-free music. It's the ultimate playlist with channels for album rock, alternative, heavy metal, hip-hop, unsigned bands, blues, jazz. There's an XM channel for everyone in the family, including the biggest names in news, sports, talk, and comedy. All in digital quality sound for less than $10 a month. No wonder it's the most listened to satellite radio service. The XM Roadie from Delphi can turn any radio into an XM radio. It's the smallest satellite radio ever, so it looks great on your dashboard. Plus, for a limited time, you'll also get a free home kit, so you can connect XM to any home stereo. XM makes a great graduation or Father's Day gift. Check it out. Electronic stores, including Best Buy and Circuit City. Beyond AM, beyond FM, it's XM satellite radio.
Hey, what's that?
Well, you've never seen it before?
Looks like a rock.
New from Sedentary Toys and the Opie and Anthony Show.
Oh, it's so shiny.
It's got corners.
It's the cool new toy that has everyone jumping for joy.
O&A Party Rock!
It's not just any rock.
It's the O&A Party Rock.
The O&A Party Rock is incredibly versatile.
You can chuck it, you can fuck it, you can drop it in a bucket.
You can race it, you can chase it, you can yell right in its face. It's the bestest friend you'll ever have.
O&A Party Rock!
Why is it wearing a party hat?
Every Party Rock comes dressed in a colorful party hat and party blower, making it the centerpiece of any party.
Now with shiny red dancing shoes.
Not only that, the O&A Party Rock is
It's a fucking rock, you dildo.
Are you breathing? Sure. Are you breathing? Now, wake up. Are you alive? Do you listen to me? I'm gonna talk about the
Even correct.
I need a copy. I need some Raisin Bran Crunch in that little thing. You know what I like. With
All
skim
wrinkled
milk.
now.
Thanks.
You guys suck.
Lucky I don't rip it up and throw it at him.
What's wrong, Anthony?
Someone wants the picture of Opie and Anthony signed, and I sign it, pass it to Opie, and it's like, oh, you sign this? And then just, I don't know what you did to it. I've seen you autograph billions of items, and you'd make the big O, and then you do the line, and then you do a sweeping P, and then the IE goes kind of underneath the P awning.
Well, the E with the 3 lines,
right.
The top one always has to be separated.
Kind of disconnected from
or
the other
not
two.
An official autograph.
Yeah.
It says rock on, exclamation point.
And I don't know what you just did, but I saw you scribble on this, dot an I, but I think I saw you cross a T, and I know Opie doesn't. I don't know what you did. And then Jimmy took it.
I poked the hole right in the thing.
And then Jimmy took it and just scribbled on it, like scribbled out someone's face.
Across both of your faces.
Crinkled it up and threw it. You guys are horrible.
That's right, mail that out.
No, it's when they stop asking. That's when I'll worry. That's when there's a problem. Not when they ask for autographs.
Oh.
It's not a problem.
What's that from?
I don't know.
All right, we should do it again. Why don't we get another publicity photo to sign, Eric?
Yeah, get another one, Hawk.
It's a very. I guess we got a brand new publicity photo that's going to be out there soon.
Soon.
One we finally like.
It includes Little Jimmy in it.
Little Jimmy,
Ooh.
yes. So Jimmy has a place to sign, finally.
I always like signing the soundboard.
I know.
I didn't mind that.
Hey,
so many
Jimmy,
people are like, why isn't
idiot.
Jimmy in these photos? And we always would be like, well.
It's not font size when you're referring to text. It's point size, you cum drinker. Is that...
Wait, what, text?
The size of the font. Well, font is the style of writing, of letter.
Oh,
so I
okay.
guess the font size, while not completely incorrect.
Anthony, you got to sign first because you're on the left side.
I'll sign nice.
Be nice.
I do the A, T,
perfect.
H, that, and then I do a little squiggly thing down my Y for
Very
some
nice.
reason.
All right.
I've taken to do that over the course of the years.
Let me sign this right here.
He's got the pen. That's not even close. So what does that say? Hold that up so I could look.
It looks like
it says,
That's how I sign now. That's the new autograph.
It's retard writing.
It'll make the old autographs valuable now, because that's now how I sign.
Jimmy just signed across Opie's face. It's Jimmy like a mongoloid wrote it.
That's
terrible.
There you go. That one's a little better.
That's fine.
A little crinkly.
I used to love that. When they would ask me to sign something, I would just write Jim on Ant's face and Norton on Ope's face, and I know a lot of people went home with just ruined photos.
The best one ever, and I felt bad, because it made everyone else laugh.
Up in Boston.
Yeah, the female.
Yep.
Where she kept saying her name, and you would write a different name. And
always.
And then she finally just said, just keep your fucking picture, and she threw it down the table and walked out. I'm like, this is great.
Is that the one I ripped up?
This is how we treat our fans. Are you kidding me?
I ripped up one, and then we laughed it off, and I threw water on our next one. There was one that she
that was the
out.
one with the water, yeah.
She stormed out all pissed off.
What's that for?
What?
Why would we redo it?
Why do we have to redo it?
Redoing it. That's it says for an important client.
Oh, all right.
Who's the important client, Ben?
I didn't know that. Give it
to Ope.
Give me that one.
How important is this client?
Yeah, how important?
That's a good. Anthony would definitely like the client.
It's very important.
Are they important to you or to XM? What are they? Do they work for you specifically? Are they condom reinforcers?
It had to do with the store. The store that we.
It's a very
for the owner of the store that we do the signing.
It's a very important client. All right.
Yeah.
This is what I do then.
There you go. That's right. Hope he's important enough to have an employee who's good at taping.
Guys are horrible, man.
What is this? Who is this person?
That's the gay guy.
That's Carson.
Carson from Queer Eye for the Straight Guy.
Oh, he's awful.
He is the gayest human being on the face of the earth. The gayest.
And he has almost collagen lips. There's something wrong with his lips.
What's
Not
he
even
saying?
close.
One of the things you say is a lot of people mistake
gay?
you for being gay.
Right.
Tell me, what is it about the way you look, the way you dress, that
It's
people
another
say
guy.
that? And do you care?
Yeah, I care. A lot of
in this business and television, I model for a long time. You dress a certain way because you have to keep up a certain appearance.
He is gay,
and
this
also,
guy. Stop it.
when I hear women complimenting other guys or girls talking to each other saying, oh, that guy had a really nice shirt on, that guy looked really good, I start to pay attention. And I think what Carson did on Queer Eye, for example, he did a great thing. He gave these guys makeovers, so I had to pay attention to how I was looking. And as you start to look a little better, you start to look a little bit more put together, if you will, people start to think, oh, you must be gay because you care. But it's not true.
Carson, let's talk a little bit about these looks, right?
Oh, my God. Look how gay this guy is.
He's not the gayest guy on TV,
Wait,
though.
did he?
What? Listen to him.
I didn't hear. I never
He's
heard
talking
him.
now. Listen.
Really adapting this look as well.
Well, you know, like the pink Oxford is a thing that we had talked about and saying, oh, you know, this was traditionally like a gay thing. This is actually a very traditional shirt. I mean, Brooks Brothers did the pink Oxford, you know, 50 years ago. Some of these other things, you know,
the gayest guy on TV.
Who's the gayest guy?
One of our old faves.
Oh, that guy.
The bald guy from the what is it?
Christopher Lowell.
Yeah. Permission to come aboard.
Oh, yeah, they were doing some kind of nautical motif in a room, and the carpenter guy is working on something, and he walks in, looks around, and goes, oh, permission to come aboard.
That guy is so much gayer.
Yeah.
All right. What do you guys want to do here? Oh, we got to sign this thing. Jeez.
Queer Eye from the Straight Guy must be fun to get a makeover by those guys.
Oh, bunch of fags come to your house and redo your house and then make you over. And then later on they bring your friends and family and girlfriend back in to see the new look.
I'd let them do my apartment, but I wouldn't want them to throw out my framed Kiss poster or any of my other stuff.
Oh, they would. Why don't you sign on me? I'll sign on you now.
I just wouldn't want them throwing out my
Here, sign that so we can move on
signed
with the show.
over me.
Why? As long as they don't throw my stuff out, I don't care what they do. You know, that's all that really matters.
It's upside down.
There you go. That's what an important client gets.
There you go.
All right.
Well, we got the
oh, yes.
airplane guy.
Well,
that's a fun little story.
Everyone
This just goes to show you anyone can fly a plane. Just stop it.
Plane crazy joyride. Student busted in Beery night flight.
Beery night flight.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
They're getting really strange with their headlines. Beer-E.
Him and two 16-year-olds, I think.
A drunken man without a pilot's license stole a small plane in Connecticut and took two pals on a 3-hour joyride early yesterday before somehow landing at a darkened Westchester airport, authorities said. All right, I have a problem right off the bat.
Yeah.
God, this guy's friends are way too trusting.
Yeah.
16 and drunk with this guy? It's not trusting. It's just being 16 and drunk. You do anything.
Dude.
You're indestructible.
Look, I understand, you know, growing up, we did that old sport called drinking and driving.
Yeah.
With your pals.
That's so much fun.
But this guy is saying, hey, we're going to steal a plane tonight. And you got to think the friends would say, well, have you ever flown before, or do you have a license? And this guy's like, no, I don't have a license, but don't worry, it'll be okay.
I think I got the hang of it.
That's trusting.
You think it's trusting or being drunk at 16 years old?
How many kids, how many teenagers are...
I know a lot of drunk guys at 16
are just going to go up in a plane with your
stuff.
friend that doesn't have a license?
Did real stupid
way.
stuff.
I understand stupid stuff. This is beyond stupid.
Apparently he was
You're
flying
very
for 3 hours.
Yeah.
Landed at a darkened airport.
Yeah.
Landed on the taxiway.
Mm-hmm.
Not even the runway, because the runway was closed. At a darkened airport. I don't know how you find a darkened runway from up there. How does that work? But he did. He thought he was somewhere else, too. He was a little lost. And he got arrested. He was all belligerent with the cops.
Was he?
Well, yeah.
You know, everyone else on TV is playing this as a very serious story.
Well, they're throwing in the
security
terror
issues.
threat, yeah.
But it's just plain funny. When airport security...
Plain funny. That's a good one, Opie.
No, I won't do it. When airport security met the four-seat Cessna at 4:15 a.m. and its doors opened, a significant number of beer cans tumbled out.
They're drinking in the plane.
They're just drinking and flying.
Why not?
The dude that was flying the plane, his blood alcohol level was 0.15. That's fucked up. Nearly double the legal limit for driving in New York State.
Mm-hmm.
His two passengers, both 16, were not identified or charged with the crime. The single-engine plane was nearly out of gas.
Oops.
When Patricio, who had just 7 hours
Patrice O'Neill?
Patricio, who had just 7 hours of
student... needed a C-130 to lift him off the...
who had just 7 hours of student flight time, landed at Westchester County Airport.
Oh, he had a couple hours of flight time?
7 hours. 7 hours.
7 hours?
That's it.
Oh, there you go.
When he landed, he was able to guide his craft into a small taxiway without lights at the Westchester Airport, which was closed for overnight construction. They turned off the lights at 11 o'clock at night, Anthony. He landed around 4:15.
Landed with no lights.
He was charged with possession of stolen property and reckless endangerment. No state laws apply to flying while intoxicated, Anthony. So he also was charged with drunken driving while rolling the plane through the airport.
Hold on. There's no drunken flying law.
No state laws applying to flying while intoxicated, so he also was charged with drunken driving.
Because once you're on the ground and you're rolling the plane, now you're driving?
Right.
So they got him for drunk driving of an airplane.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. And, a lot of politicians up in arms about airport security because if this guy can just get into a plane and take off, who else can? The terrorists, Opie. They could grab one of these planes and perhaps crash into somebody's backyard shed, take out some shovels. I think they're blowing this thing out of proportion. It's not like the guy had a 767 with him.
I don't think he should go to jail. He should get like a little slap on the wrist because he just showed the incompetence of these. Don't make an example out of him. Just fix the fucking problem.
Yeah, there seems to be a little problem at the smaller airports.
Stupid assholes we are.
But how do you...
We've learned nothing.
Can someone explain how he stole the plane? I've heard a lot of these... I've heard, I know, but I've heard a lot of these planes just have the keys in them, and they're just sitting there.
Yeah, a lot of these guys leave the keys in there.
Because it's not one of these things where all of a sudden your plane's going to get stolen, you know what I mean? Everyone knows everybody else.
Yeah.
They just kind of have their planes ready to go with the keys in them.
So this guy might have heisted a key at some point when he was at that airport and kept the key. But, yeah, it's just like anything else. You just turn the key, you're off and running.
But the friends had to be brave. All right, I'll go up with you. What the hell?
I'll admit, that is kind of a ballsy thing to do as a kid, even if you're drunk.
Let's go to Todd in D.C. What's up, Todd?
Hey, you Owen Wilson, Jeff Goldblum looking sons of bitches.
Oh, there you go.
Morning, Jimmy.
Hi.
Hey, this is serious. I agree with Anthony. Back when we were kids, we had a buddy that used to fly Cessna 150s, and he took us up many, many times. Anyway, my buddies actually stole that plane when he wasn't there, and they crashed and died. The only reason that they didn't make the news is because there was a big crash that same day where that guy jumped in the water and, saved that girl in D.C.
Yep.
That was the same day. But you can actually steal the plane. These knuckleheads did it, and they died.
All right. There you go. Thanks, Todd.
It was right outside of Falls Church, and they have a monument for it.
How about that?
How about that is right.
When my brother was going for his pilot's license, he was allowed to solo, but not allowed to have passengers in the plane. He was at that point in his flying, and he used to get the Cessna 152, which is really small plane, and pull it around by the fuel tanks and tell my friend Joe Curry, go, just wait here. I'll pull the plane around, and then you jump in. And, yeah, he would pull around. Joe Curry would jump in the passenger side, and he'd take off and fly around with his friend, even though he wasn't rated to have anybody in the plane.
How high would he go? What altitude?
Yeah, you're cruising around, 3,500, 4,000 feet, cruising around. They used to have a practice. They still do, I guess, a practice area out over, off of Jones Beach, Fire Island, out there over the water is where you
basically
go to
an
practice.
area if they crash.
Yeah, if you crash, you're not taking anyone out. So you go out there and practice your turns and stuff like that, and then come back to the airport and go around the pattern a few times. He'd land, Joe would get out, and then he'd pull the plane back up where it was supposed to be. So there's all kinds of shenanigans going on.
Your brother has a pilot's license?
With these aircraft. Yeah, not like where he could take passengers up.
Is he instrument qualified?
He's at the point. No, not instrument yet.
Is he flying still?
Nah, he hasn't flown in a while. He just saying the other day he wants to get started doing it again. But it's believe me, my brother could do it.
That's what killed JFK Jr. He was not instrument qualified, and at night, man, it gets confusing when you can't follow the sight line.
People get psyched about it. You're kind of new at it, and if your weekend is coming up and you want to fly, and the weather's not right, you're like, well, I've been waiting all week, and you go up and you take your life in your hands, you know? If it's hazy like it was when JFK Jr. was flying, you can't see your horizon, that's big trouble. A lot of people don't realize. Yeah, and then it's getting dark out. If you can't see the horizon, your body will screw with you where you could be turning and not even know it. Not even know you're turning. You you feel like you're straight, but you're actually turning over, or you're going up or down. You're pitching down.
You want to see how bad your equilibrium can be? And I noticed this. I was on the treadmill. I just did this. Like, take your hands off it, close your eyes for a few seconds, and watch how fast you're ready to fall on your dumb face.
Yeah.
I mean, this is walking, which I've been doing for 36 years.
Yeah.
And I'm still like, wow, your eyes have to be open. I don't know how blind people do it. I mean, the sidewalks don't move. But, I mean, it really is weird. Like, just in that boom, 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 boom. It doesn't, no matter how automatic it is.
When you get off the treadmill and then walk around a little bit and try shutting your eyes then. You'll topple right over.
I'd get too dizzy, and...
Oh. But if you're not instrument rated, you got it. They always say trust your instruments before you trust your body, because your body will tell you that you're going up, you're going sideways. Always look at your instruments, and you'll know what your plane is doing.
When you're underwater, you blow bubbles to see which way is up. That's what you have to do. Whichever way the air bubbles go.
There you go.
If you're ever disoriented.
Bubbles is, of course, your fellow diver who's
Absolutely.
with you.
Well-hung Brazilian fellow.
That old
Thanks,
gag.
Bubbles.
Thanks, Bubbles. This way up? Thanks.
Now I take you up.
Guys, good news coming out of Albany.
Yeah?
Our politicians hard at work on this one. Brand new legislation coming out this morning. Albany. State lawmakers yesterday struck a deal on what they're calling the Mr. Softy Bill.
Mr. Softy Bill.
They spent a lot of time there in Albany to get this done, so it's a measure.
I hate named bills, by the way, like that.
Too.
I can't stand when they name a bill after somebody. Ooh, or a law.
Yeah.
After a child or
Norton's
a person
Law.
Yeah.
Got to stay away from a schoolyard. What kind of nonsense is that?
Norton's Law.
This bill should be called What Took You So Long? The What Took You So Long bill.
Yeah, you would think this would have been in place for a while, but no.
Albany. State lawmakers yesterday struck a deal on what they're calling the Mr. Softy Bill, a measure that bans sexual perverts from working on ice cream trucks.
Yeah. How about that?
They
had to make a law?
They had to make a bill.
There ought to be some kind of law. Had to be a law.
Isn't this just common sense?
You would think.
If you're hiring people to drive around your ice cream trucks,
you're
might want to ask a few
with
questions.
Children.
Right.
If you show up for work at an ice cream truck and you're wearing swim trunks with the lining taken out, you probably shouldn't be working on the ice cream truck.
The legislation prohibits...
Wrap a piece of cardboard around your cock and it's a pink-tipped push-up, kid. Lick away.
Ga-gung, 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 ga-gung. That awful ice cream music.
That you just hear every day going through the neighborhoods.
Child's tear-stained face against that cold little that little thing that holds all the ice cream, the little freezer.
The little garbage thing that looks like a dragon's mouth. They paint it like a dragon.
Yeah.
The cock comes out of it. Quick, you gotta kiss him to make friends.
Jesus, graphic.
Put some sprinkles on your pecker. Free samples today, kids.
Fat kid grabs it with his chocolatey fingers, and you want to go, not you.
Jesus.
It's not for you. Hit that blonde kid. You know, the one with the nice part that I like.
The legislation prohibits any sex offender required to register with the state under Megan's Law from working on the trucks. It's amazing they even had to waste the time on this.
Yeah, because that's pretty much an occupation where you're dealing with kids. And a lot of kids, and a lot of time unsupervised kids.
Well, Assembly sponsor Patricia Eddington said the bill is a result of several cases throughout the state in which children were molested by ice cream truck workers. Of course.
What a job for a pedophile, though. Jesus.
How do they get him in that truck, though?
Huh?
Like, how do you get him in the truck? Or do they just lean over that big hole in the side and go, whack, whack, and just grab a handful of yam bag?
Yeah, kid, put your hand through here, and this will help you get the ice cream faster.
Yeah. Ho, ho.
Mama, I got Nilla on my hand.
And finally, he's a she-cop. NYPD's first transsexual is another J-Lo? No, do it live, dude.
Oh, in here?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, I gotta pee first. I want to come back and do the call. Good.
But
no, Opie.
But what? Where are you going?
I have to tinkle.
Well, we want you to do it on.
Do you want me to tinkle live?
No, not that.
Well, I'll be right back. I gotta pee.
But
hey,
wait a sec. Even better. Hang on.
Yes. That is killer, man.
What is it?
Is this true? It's completely confirmed, and everyone's so excited. How did
Well, someone has to explain. They're just handing this to us. Travis, you want in on this?
It's instant feedback. You know our instant feedback. It's a great little tool for the show. People are able to comment on things going on during the show without having to get through on the phone. And we read them here, and sometimes we read them on the air. They're very funny. Sometimes they're just comments to us saying they love the show, they hate the show. Sometimes they request bits, is what they do. And I was handed the O&A Show live feedback form. Now, this is a printout of what people who go to instant feedback have to fill out. First name, last name, email address, from, and then the message. A max to 250 characters, and then send it. Boink. Well, this is from Joey, last name Gay, email address shitdick@AOL.com, from, and it says whackbag.com. And then it says, I like that Led Zeppelin tribute with Robert Kelly singing lead. Play the Rob Kelly remix with Zeppelin. And apparently, our private investigators around the studios here have found out, we observed that this was being sent from a cubicle here in the XN studios. It's coming from inside the studio. And by observing, they have found that it was indeed Harry T., the new intern, requesting his own material.
Well,
trying to request his own shit under an assumed name.
While he's interning.
What are you while you're interning, you're requesting your own stuff. Now, is this...
Yeah. Oh, no, I'm
this
confident.
is true. You're fessing up.
Yeah, it was more because towards the end someone else threw one in. Oh, you played the other Zeppelin one. I was like, let me see if we can play that one.
No, someone else didn't write it.
And, no, they played another Zeppelin one. Some other, or
you're requesting your own material to be played.
No, yeah.
We enjoyed it, thought it was really good. Apparently it hasn't been played enough for Harry.
Well,
couldn't you have just walked in here with your terry cloth shirt and requested it? Couldn't you have just asked us?
I felt like the bit was done, so I just throw it in there just to toss it in. I also wanted to see if anyone could find out, too.
Shut up, stupid. You didn't want to see if anyone could find out.
You did not.
Really? That's why this kid flew the plane? I was just testing security.
Just seeing what the hell. The beers and everything didn't matter. But wow.
Wow.
That you know what? That kind of...
I'm getting a douche
reeks
chill.
of desperation a little bit.
Douche chill.
It does reek of desperation a bit.
I don't deny that.
We complimented you on it. It was very funny. But, you know, I don't think you can just rest on that.
No, I know. I don't expect to, but I thought I'd just try it.
I just think you kind of tossed it in there hoping we would play it and then go, oh, and by the way, that was done by Harry.
Oh, yeah, there's
intern.
no denying that.
And then Harry, great job and stuff. So you're not even denying any of
that?
No.
I got caught. That's it.
You got caught.
Yeah, I'm going to plead guilty. And
I
hopefully...
like the Zeppelin tribute with Robert Kelly singing lead. Play that Kelly remix.
Robert Kelly remix.
And even put W/Zeppelin.
Right.
You know, like a regular Joe.
Yeah. And Joey Gay Shitdick?
Well, Joey Gay's an actual, a real guy I know.
Yes.
Is he really?
He's a comedian, yeah. His name is Joey Gay.
Joey Gay.
But it did theoretically get me in here. So I can't say that it did not work completely.
Well, taking a shit on the desk would have gotten you in here, too. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean it was a bright move.
And from Whackbag.
Well, it's automatic.
That would help.
No, it's just automatic. If you don't put something in there, it just says from Whack. Like I went through Whackbag. Yeah. Like that's why a lot of the posts say.
Is that a default kind of thing that just pops in there?
Martini Steve in studio to help us out here.
Steve.
Yeah.
Is this on? Yeah. Okay. It looks like they copied the code and put it on their own website. That didn't come from OpieAnthony.com.
Oh, it didn't.
No.
No, I went through Whackbag. That's the only way I knew.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
You do know the interns are not allowed to go onto Whackbag.
Yes.
Yeah, hi, Pete. I'm on the radio. How are you?
No posting allowed.
I don't post at all.
Oh,
I was just looking for the instant feedback. I didn't know how to find it.
Things like posting on Whackbag for interns. Things like even IMing other people.
No,
sending
I'm not a
private messages
poster.
to other people through Whackbag. None
I'm
of
not
that
a-
is
yeah.
really accepted.
I'm not a big internet poster.
Dude, did you
No.
get this one here? Play some cuts from Yellow Discipline. It was from EAB.com. I wonder what that is. You can't request your own stuff under an assumed name.
This is very uncomfortable.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
It would have been if you would have signed it, like from Harry.
Our intern requesting his own material from a cubicle out there.
Oh, it's creepy.
Wow, that is
It
really
is.
creepy.
It really
That's
is
a good
creepy.
word for it. Creepy. Oh.
What are you doing, Travis?
Huh? Oh, yeah. Check instant feedback.
Jesus, Travis, what
Yeah.
are you doing? Oh, you're not here?
Everyone's
Travis
waving.
is not here.
Everyone's waving off the plane.
No, we gotta make believe he's not here.
It's a different.
now that we just
it's a
acknowledged that
different
he's here, but
Travis.
now we have to make believe he's not here.
Wait, what
different.
Was, what
Jesus.
was 5'11" infant saying? What were you saying?
Nothing. I didn't see.
I'm not 5'11".
How tall are you?
6'2".
You're
No,
not
fucking
6'2".
not. Don't even start that shit
You're
with
not
me.
6'2".
This has been an ongoing thing with Steve and I. There was back in the day before we got Club Soda Kenny and Master Poe. You know, Anthony and I were doing this popular radio show, and we felt like we needed security at times. And Martini Steve was doing production and stuff. And before his stomach stapling, he was what, 400 pounds?
400 pounds, yeah.
400 pounds, and he looked like he was 6'2", 6'3". Okay.
Yeah.
Well, he gets the stomach staple surgery, and he loses 150 pounds, something like that. He's down under 3, way under 3.
Yeah, 270.
And he also decided to stop wearing his platform shoes, Anthony, that made him 6'2".
Mm-hmm.
The guy's not even taller than me.
Well, I'm a little bit taller than you.
Back in the day, we felt like we were being protected by this monster. It turns out you were wearing platform shoes that gave you 3 inches.
Well, I used to wear...
Still, no one would screw with him.
Yeah, I wouldn't exactly consider myself meek at the moment. I mean...
Do you think you could kick Steve's ass?
No, of course not.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's all about looking intimidating. And, all of a sudden he drops down 3 inches and drops 150 pounds. He's not as intimidating as he used to be.
Maybe there was like a quarter inch of fat on the bottom of my feet.
Fat feet.
Yeah. But for many years, I'm just assuming that Steve was that much taller than me. And one day we're walking on the sidewalk. I'm like, what the fuck? You're as tall as I am.
I just can't
You're
believe
like
how
5'11",
offended
6 foot.
you are. I wasn't consciously duping you about my height. I thought that's how
You were
tall I was.
duping. I could get old tapes where we used to ask you how tall you were, and you're like, 6'2", 6'3".
I think whatever. If I'm not, I'm not.
He's a liar, liar. Everything he wears on fire.
That's
All right, well, here's Harry
exactly.
T's remix.
Oh, you playing it?
Yeah, we'll
Because
play it.
I got another request here.
Oh, yeah?
It says, hey, those Pat O'Brien remixes were so good, especially the Terry Schiavo one and the 2 Norton ones. And it's from Not Danny or Not Than.
From not New York City.
Yeah. Harry T. Okay, well, this one's going out to Joey Gay.
Right. Well,
who
Harry,
requested this.
you accomplished your
You accomplished it
mission.
by just losing respect
Yeah.
and dignity.
But now we're all going to look at you a little differently.
Yeah.
Thinking, oh, God, there goes the creepy guy.
Creepy guy that requests his own material. His own 1 bit.
Wait, Norton wants to do it in here.
Where's Jimmy?
I broke my knee, man. Fuck. I broke my knee, man. I broke my fucking knee, dude. I broke it, dude. I felt it crack. Fuck. I broke my leg. I broke it. Hold my hand, man. I gotta squeeze something.
You know, somehow it's just not as funny anymore.
I know, it stinks now.
Someone's got to dial this number for me.
All right, Tony, go ahead.
Hey, punish that motherfucker. Make him read for Rent Boys.
Do we still have Rent Boys
We
around?
certainly do.
All right, get Rent Boys. And let's go to Super Golfer from Whackbag. Super Golfer.
Hiya, boys.
Hey.
I want to know, is that intern, is he wearing an eye patch?
iPad.
Yeah, we got.
Wow, you're going way back.
We might have to tell the eye patch story again. We get creepy interns from time to time.
The eye patch guy.
Well, there was Luca that we nicknamed her Luca because she came in with black eyes and stuff. And
She was always beat up.
And then one day she just never showed up again. We still have no idea what ever happened to her.
Just disappeared.
And then there was the eye patch kid who missed a few days' work and then came in with this crazy story.
Brian, his
that
name was?
He was in an accident or something?
Yeah. He came in late and he was wearing an eye patch. And we asked him what happened. He said he got into an accident. And as we questioned him, his story fell apart, much like the owl-eyed runaway bride story. It just crumbled under questioning. He said he was on a motorcycle.
Well, the motorcycle hit the car?
The motorcycle hit his car, and the glass from the passenger window broke, and some went in his eye. And we're talking about how did the window break if the motorcycle hit the door, and then he said, well, the guy kind of fell off the bike and his head hit the.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly.
But
he was trying to claim
together.
he had glass in his eye and then he had kind of like abrasions around his eye.
Yeah, and then we finally got him to take the patch off. He kept saying, no, my doctor said, no, don't take it off.
Probably one of the most uncomfortable moments in Opie and Anthony history.
He took it off to reveal absolutely nothing was wrong with his eye or anything. And then he's still trying to lie.
He's still working it like, no, right here, look.
Right
see,
here, you see.
Right here, there's...
And the redness went away, but I still can't quite see it. And he was just lying through his teeth.
Just like the investigators with the runaway bride.
Yeah.
We're like, Brian, there was no accident, right?
No accident. None, right?
And we actually fired him on the spot because it was, like, way too creepy.
Yeah.
That's different. What this guy did was like...
Harry will...
Harry's fine.
Whatever.
He'll stay here, but we'll look at him now a little different.
The Brian guy was creepy, though, because it was after he, missed a couple days of work or whatever.
Yeah.
The eye patch and...
Harry's just a jizzbag.
Are you going to do that interview now?
We have them on the phone or what?
What do you got?
This is the Arrow in, I have to go, I'm late. I'm supposed to go at 9:30, the Arrow. Can they probably come off the air at 10?
Yeah.
In D.C.
We'll just listen in.
Is that them? Are they on?
Mm-hmm.
Huh? Why are they saying what?
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 Hello?
But who the...
What's going on?
But where... And then the... But...
What happened?
Not yet.
Well,
He's on the phone with him. Ben's on the phone with him right now.
Ben's on the phone talking. Yeah. Ben's doing an interview. Well, my hog is quite huge.
Yes.
Frankly, thank you for asking.
Jim's at the State Theater and my hog is appearing at the...
That's great. Oh, he's coming back in? I think we got Ben.
All right, what's the problem?
Uh-oh, you might have missed your up.
Off the air. They won't do it on there.
Why?
It's an infinity station.
So?
So what?
We're just listening. We're not going to talk.
No. They won't give us permission to do it.
Oh.
We're not going to listen to them. We're just going to listen to him, a one-way conversation.
Oh, you're going to do it on your cell phone?
Yeah, do the cell phone.
You can do it on a cell phone. You can't do it.
Do it on your cell.
Yeah, just call him on your cell.
We'll do that.
All right.
Won't allow it. Infinity won't allow it.
No.
The intern's name was Brian, by the way. I don't know. Is that what you were
Brian
asking?
the intern, yeah.
Lion Brian.
Lion
Brian.
Oh,
Lion Brian. That worked out well.
All right, well, Jimmy's going to do an interview for a radio station down in D.C.
The Arrow.
The Arrow. Classic rock.
Let's
hear classic rock that
let's
really
hear if
rocks.
Jimmy's personality changes.
Oh, no, that's what I
If he,
love about
puts
these.
on his I'm on a different radio show.
No, I'm the exact same guy on both shows.
Is that who
No,
he's
you're
doing it?
not.
Is that who he's doing it with?
Listen how nice he is.
Hi, this is Jim Norton. I'm doing my phone in.
Mm-hmm.
How are you? Okay. I'm sorry I'm late. Okay. Stevens and Medley. Okay. They're on their. Are we going to be live on the air?
Stevens and Medley.
Oh, this is a taped interview. Tomorrow morning they're running.
Tomorrow
Okay.
morning. Why do they have to do that?
Sure.
What are they doing now that's so important?
They're not off the air. They're off the air at 10.
10 o'clock.
Oh, they're off the air at 9.
At 9?
Yeah. 5:30 to 9. They do.
And they're still there? Jeez, Opie.
Oh, shit. What's that
What's
about?
going on? They're taping things for tomorrow's show at 45 minutes after their show is over?
It's unheard of.
I'm
What
already
the hell?
sleeping.
I am so home.
We might want to look into this work ethic thing.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Perhaps.
Actually do stuff
Cool.
after the show.
I didn't know you guys came off the air at 9. I apologize. I thought it was a 9:30 call. And I'm on the Opie and Anthony program.
Shut up. God.
I am in the studio. They do have very nice studios. Yes.
Listen to him. Fucking hack.
Look how...
Where are you guys in D.C.? All right, cool.
Get
I know
your
that this is going to be
plugs.
pre-taped for tomorrow morning, right? All right, cool. Can I say cunt? Is that acceptable? All right.
Just get to your plugs.
Just get
Oh, that's
the
all you
stupid
want to
interview
do.
over with.
Firing away at what? I'm not sure what you mean. Okay. State Theater, 703-237-0300. Hey, thanks, guys. Take care. I don't know. No, it's not sold out. It was sold out after the Stellar Leno appearance, but they actually reconfigured and added
Speaking
seats.
of sold out.
So, come on down. We're going to be giving away some tickets and shirts.
Yeah, hack it up. You're the worst.
Well, the last Comic Standing thing, they didn't discover anything in my past at all. That whole Megan's Law thing wasn't LOL. No, it was actually a conflict with an MTV contract. I had signed something with MTV, and I would have had to breach a Viacom contract. And you know how Infinity is.
Why? They're asking him why he wasn't on the
Last Comic Standing.
Well, I do a lot of pedophile humor. I don't know how long that would have lasted on NBC, but I mean, so far so good. But I kind of knew I was going to have to leave in Vegas. What's that? What Michael Jackson trial? Oh, yeah, they did a good job with that, actually. Leno was very funny with the Michael Jackson.
God, they're talking about the Michael Jackson trial.
Yeah. That's good.
Can I get a bowl?
Yeah, I would have been very happy to do that. To just stand there shirtless in a little pair of tight-fitting shorts, maybe a nice Viagra rod. Can we say that on commercial? I don't remember. Okay, cool.
I don't remember. I know this job has ruined it for us.
Dude, things
for
are great. I
radio.
mean, we're on XM. We're on, which is great because people can listen to you guys in the morning and then listen to us in the afternoon or at night, whenever they want. They replay us 24 hours, and
Jimmy, he doesn't mean that. Stop it.
It's phenomenal, dude. It really is phenomenal. We get 24-hour replay. We can say whatever we want, and it's just great being back on the air. We were off for 26 months, which sucked.
Raisin Bran Crunch, Opie?
No, just
What do you got?
Granola.
It's been great. I mean, we have, it's just getting better and better. We're syndicated nationally now, which is just kind of weird to get calls from Oklahoma and all these places. And, myself and Eric Nagel have just been on tour. I mean, that's pretty much what we've been doing. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing Cleveland and then D.C. I'm not doing too many cities because I got to go out and start shooting the series for HBO in August. I'm going out there. It's the Eric Nagel Project, actually, which is on HBO. We just don't know exactly. That's what the working title is right now. Well, I'm not the star of it. It couldn't be the Jim Norton Project. This Eric Nagel is he's this really weird guy. He plays this bisexual, incompetent radio guy, believe it or not. And I know it sounds odd, but he's actually the star of the show. So I mean, we'll see how it goes. We start shooting in August. We're shooting it in L.A., so I actually have to go out to L.A. for a little while. At Hawk Studios. Yeah, so hopefully it'll be great. Yeah, they're going good. Hey, I appreciate you guys having me on, too. And I don't know how many DC fans, but my opening act is actually Don Geronimo's Breath. So if you guys can make it out for that, yeah. And I'll be closing with a live dog running around the stage, and I'll pet it and love it and not kill it accidentally. Oh, was that a little...
You didn't like that one?
Are you guys going to come down? Saturday night, yeah, man. Go to Ticketmaster.com or whatever, or call the box office.
That's what the whore does best.
Yeah. I know, I really am. My friend is telling me that I'm a whore and I should do what the whore does best. 703-237-0300. That's what I do. I'm a plug whore. I really am awful. Oh, what a scumbag move that was. I just invite these guys down and then tell them where they can buy tickets. I really am a piece of shit. Yeah, hey guys, I'll be happy to give you CDs at cost. I really am vermin. Yeah, come down. We'll make sure we have some tickets for you.
Oh, there you go.
Wow. And thank you guys for having me on, and I appreciate you being genuine and not cackling every 2 seconds like that fucking Elliot. What's wrong with that guy? He wouldn't... Yeah. Ugh. Are you guys friends with Elliot?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm sure it's a terrific show. We've only heard it once. We made fun of him, and he's pissed off and doesn't want to have me on, so fuck him. Thank you, guys.
Right now they're saying, well, they're telling us you got to go, Jim.
All right, well, thank you guys. I really do. I know you guys, they're saying you have to let me be, but I do appreciate it. Thank you guys so much. I'll see you Saturday. I'll make sure they're there for you. All right, bye.
Wow, that went well.
Yeah, this guy's very cool.
What, were they okay?
Very cool.
Yeah.
But again, you're on a pre-tape, so you can have a little bit more freedom to
What
talk.
about the Don Geronimo?
They
You gonna
left.
Leave that in?
I hope so. They're not on the same station.
The dead dog?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah.
I hope so.
Good, yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to have to listen now tomorrow. We're going to have somebody listen and give a report.
Let's see if it'll sound a lot different.
Actually, I want somebody to call up tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then we can listen to the whole interview.
They'll edit it differently.
And see what it sounds like.
Probably.
That'll sound a lot different.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to break, and we'll talk about the transsexual cop next.
Ooh.
Also, Anthony,
The
remember...
hot, sexy stories.
We're talking about entrapment. Put these cuffs on, Big Dick Daddy. I don't want to go to jail.
You also talked about maximum exposure.
Yes, max, yes.
Where people are really getting fucked up, and the guy has a really crazy VO.
Yeah, it's not appropriate.
But we'll get into that as well in a few minutes, so stay there.
Hi, this is Jay Moore. Hey, this is Chris Jericho.
This is Bernie Getz.
This is definitely Flavor Flav on your radio.
This is Bill Burr, the redheaded white boy from Chappelle's Show.
This is Lois Griffin from Family Guy.
Hey, this is adult film star and former gubernatorial candidate Mary Carey.
This is Jeffrey Ross.
Hey, this is Terry Jones here of Monty Python. Hey, what up, y'all? This is Tracy Morgan, a.k.a. Brian Fellows.
Hey, this is the Game, Triple H.
This is your big baby girl, Patrice O'Neal. How you, sweetie?
Hey, it's Colin Quinn.
This is Sunset Thomas.
Hey, this is Seth Green.
Hey, this is Rich Voss from Last Comic Standing, Season 1 and Season 3.
Hey, this is Tommy Chong.
Hey, this is Larry the Cable Guy.
Hey, this is Ozzy Osbourne. And you're listening to Opie and Anthony.
So you're smart. You're not dumb, like people think.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. Yeah, I'm so tired of waiting for us to wake up, wake up, wake up. Yeah, I'm so sick of waiting for us to make a move. Wake up, wake up, wake up, and we will never lose. Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's time to make a move. Wake up, wake up, wake up, and we will never lose. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
All right. Stop fucking chewing into the microphone. That's got to be the most annoying sound on the planet Earth.
It is really bad.
People didn't like you eating your granola.
I took advantage of the fact that I didn't have to talk, and I got to listen to Jimmy do an interview. By the way, a bunch of dopes on the instant feedback saying, we can't hear the person Jimmy's talking to.
Are you kidding me?
We explained that they didn't want their voices on the air. We can't.
Are you kidding me? They really thought...
So we thought it'd be fun just to listen in on what Jimmy was saying. You could figure out what was being said. Jimmy.
This is good, man.
Are you calling Cleveland, too, today?
Not till 4.
Not till 4. All right. All right, we could do a couple things here.
I'm already asleep by then.
What's up with the transsexual, by the way? A Queens police officer has rocked the NYPD with an announcement that he is becoming a she, the first known transsexual cop in New York City.
That's great around the station house, I'm sure. Not too many jokes going back and forth, I bet you.
Oh, this is a complete lie.
What?
Everyone's been very supportive.
Yeah, sure.
And I'm very happy about it, said a smiling officer, June Lowe.
Ugh, especially Billy Mack. He's letting me pilot his boat.
Who, until earlier this week, was known as Officer John Lowe.
And what's the name now?
June.
June. They always make it similar to the guy name.
I'm sure they're very supportive.
Yeah.
Too bad there's not a tape recorder rolling when you're not around.
Yeah. You know what's being said in the locker room?
It's taking courage, but I'm very pleased, Lowe told the Post on the way to work last night at the Queens Transit Task Force, wearing a white sleeveless blouse.
That's great.
And cargo pants and sneakers and hair in a ponytail.
That's fantastic. Where'd the tits come from?
The hormone treatment, I guess.
Yeah?
Right?
Yeah.
Because she's becoming a woman. That means she's been doing the hormones probably for a while. That
but
gives
now
her the baloney boobs, and then eventually she gets the schlong cut off.
But he's just making the changeover now to where, all right, I'm a chick.
Well, it's getting close, yeah. Now it's getting close.
But there has to be the day where it was like I come in the male uniform or the male clothes, the guy clothes, and I go into the locker and put on the guy uniform. It's got to be the day that he comes in the women's clothing and then changes into the girl uniform.
Well, you got to wait for the hair to grow out a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
You got to wait for the hair to get long. You get that in a ponytail, and you're on your way, I guess. Got to wait for the hormones to take effect, where your I don't know, balloony tits start growing.
Start growing a little bit.
Declining to comment further, the 31-year-old Lowe said that at some point in the future, I will make a statement about the transition from man to woman. Wow. Lowe revealed the gender-bending decision Tuesday night during a roll call of Queens Transit Task Force cops. When Lowe's name was called out by the sergeant, the cop asked to address the assembled officers and was granted permission.
Everyone looked around at each other like, what's going on?
He said, "This is the way things are now. My name is June Lowe. I've legally changed it from John to June." Lowe also told the other cops that she had been taking female hormones in preparation for undergoing surgery to completely become a woman.
Ugh.
Wow.
An ass.
Everyone's been very supportive. No fucking way. No way.
Of course not.
No fucking way.
And the department has no problem with this, right? Aren't there some psychological issues that might have to be addressed?
Uh-huh.
The hormones have enabled the slight 5'4" Asian American officer to noticeably grow breasts over the past several months. In addition to that change, officers have seen the freckle-faced Lowe grow fingernails and hair long, and wear earrings in both ears.
Hey, Liddy has a question.
Yeah.
Do you think he'll be charged with a felony? Liddy.
Felony, I get it. Guy, sure. Liddy sucks.
So slowly but surely he's becoming a woman.
An Asian
in front of
woman.
everyone's eyes.
Is he undergoing an operation to have his ass removed?
Yes.
And
they're actually
other
gonna
Asian women?
They're going to put something that resembles a smile or a frown on that face.
You gotta strap a board to his ass to flatten it out. They just tighten the belts around there every week or so, make it tighter and tighter. So he's got a nice flat ass.
Wow, listen to this.
Oh, what?
Lowe told the other officers at roll call that if they had any questions about the process, they could either ask then or later privately. The cops, most of whom were aware that Lowe was in the process of becoming a female, burst into applause at the announcement by the 8-year veteran.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Some guys asked, "Can we still call you J-Lo?" He said, "Yeah," said one cop, noting that Lowe had affectionately has been known by that nickname for some time.
J-Lo?
Mm-hmm. They've been calling him, her, J-Lo for many years. Wow, that is just a weird story.
I bet you a few of those Irish cops had a little tranny dip.
Little dip?
I think so, like Nick Nolte from Q&A. Don't pull my prick. I want my prick pulled, I'll do it myself.
Here's Keith the cop.
All right.
K-Lo, how you doing?
K-Lo.
What's up, K-Lo?
I'm just glad it wasn't my roll call. That's all I got to say.
Hey, does this cop, ironically enough, work in Queens?
This cop does ironically work in Queens. You know, if you want to see what our perspective is from the officers' outlook, do a quick in like a Google or something. Put in NYPD rant.
Yeah.
And it gives a message board. We have our own message board, and the second topic is officer he she.
Oh really? Let's go there. Yeah, because that's bullshit. The paper saying everyone has, she says or he says that everyone is supportive about this decision. No offense, I love the NYPD and I've hung out with a lot of you guys. I can't see them being supportive.
That's right.
No fucking way.
And I love trannies, so I'll cover it from that angle.
No way.
Dude, cops have that gallows humor. They have to be fucking teasing this person constantly.
Oh, well, absolutely. I would think so. You know, it's something that, man, I don't know what I would have done if this guy would have, or this chick would have done that at my roll call. I'd have been like, all right, there you go.
Imagine that's your partner. Do you think the partner switched or requested a switch?
A switch? What? Like, is that some sort of joke?
No, I'm dead serious. Like to another partner. Like this is a little too weird.
No. I don't know. I tell you, I know some people that work over where she works, and I'm definitely looking to get some stories today.
I'm sure.
Yeah.
And did you get that page?
Yeah, I got that page up. Let's see. As the NYPD digs itself deeper into the garbage society is creating, this is what you get. Mark my words, give it a year, this officer will sue for discrimination on some part. Any bets? I wonder how the real women will react when J-Lo is pissing standing up in the women's room. The woman's room. What's that? Hung? What?
That's a long post.
It says hung, not anymore. I don't know what the name was. Somebody will be hitting that after a club meeting.
Well, you know what? That's probably true. Some guy will end up hitting it.
Oh.
Yeah, the cop's got to be fucking irritated.
Now that he's becoming a she will get driven by a boss or get a cushy inside job such as stats. Also on department forms, will it be POM or POF?
PO male, PO female.
Oh, is that it?
Police officer tranny.
Doesn't this raise some
POT?
Doesn't this raise some questions, though, Keith? Aren't they going to have to like interview her now and see where she is psychologically?
You know, I would think that they're probably going to send her down for a quick psych services interview. Maybe, you know.
Are you comfortable giving a gun to somebody that looks at their own cock and says, "Yuck, this has to be cut off"? It's a little frightening.
Well, I mean, you know, it's definitely a first.
Yeah.
You know, I've chased trannies in the street, and they run pretty fast, but other than that, you know.
Jimmy, comment?
Yeah, well, you know, the shoes they wear tend to be uncomfortable, according to...
I chased one of them with a 6'4" black guy. He ran like a gazelle. It took me about 3.5 blocks to catch him. He had 6-inch spiked heels on.
How'd you finally catch him?
I think he tripped and fell down.
Oh, really?
I had no chance of catching him.
I think he tripped, and then he fell again on his face, again and again and again.
He probably fell about 30 times, didn't he?
Yeah. When I finally did end up getting the guy cuffed, I turned around, and there was a cop car from one of the task forces just sitting there laughing hysterical at me. It's just, you know, yeah, funny. They're in the car chasing me, chasing this tranny. A little help?
Why didn't they help you?
Nah, because they were laughing too hard. It's, you know.
I find it funny,
They were
man.
laughing at you chasing a tranny?
Funny's funny. Screw helping them. Let's watch how this turns out.
So anyway, yeah, I'm sure as the day goes on, you'll get more and more of these comments.
All right.
Wait a minute. If you refresh the board, Monster Rain PD has now entered the board.
Monster Rain.
He's the last person to post on it. Tranny cop equals shit dick.
Wow, looks like some Opie Anthony listeners.
Jesus,
May go
always
to-
ruining it.
What is it, NYPD rant?
Pest.
NYPD ran. Well, go figure. He actually has a post count of 69 already, so he's been around for a little while.
Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Keith.
I'll be in tomorrow. See you guys later.
Good luck with the surgery.
Okay.
One of these posters brings up a good point. It says, I wonder if on a psych oral exam, they asked a male, do you think or ever think of becoming a female, changing your penis to a vagina? If they said yes, if they would fail the psych examination. I would think so, if they had that on there. I guess since it's now acceptable in society to be a freak, you won't fail. But I bet 30 years ago, if you ask a male or female, did they ever think about switching their gender, and they said yes, they'd be thrown out of the building. Penis first. Ha, 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 he says.
Wow.
It was a matter of time before a freak like this infiltrated the NYPD. The guys laugh at the other guys for having a hairpiece to look good, but they applaud a freak who goes from male to female or vice versa. How sad this country has become.
Although, I will say, to play devil's advocate, if it doesn't affect your ability to be a good cop, then technically, hey, look, it's your own personal thing. Do what you want. I mean, if you can still be a good cop and be effective and make arrests.
Yeah, all I care about is that he, whatever said, everybody was supportive. I'm like, no way. We know the NYPD.
Well, to
Not
your face.
Everybody.
And it's not just the NYPD. You know, if it was somebody walking around here and decided to get that done, are we going to be supportive? We're going to be laughing our asses
You think
off.
Boston
I have
cops...
an announcement to make.
We'll be laughing our asses off, and behind the scenes, it would be so ugly.
We'd be
That's
fighting
just the
it.
reality of it.
The Opie and Antoinette show sounds stupid.
Guys, it'll just be like the old days. Don't worry about it.
What a slut you'd be, though, if you're a guy and turned into a girl.
I wish you would. I'd fuck you right before the show. Every day I'd get you to blow me.
Every day you're just fucking all the guys that you used to hang out with as a guy. Oh.
With an ugly chick with your goatee and hat, I'd still fuck you. You'd look exactly like you do now with tits under that fucking shirt.
Just cop a feel, not look me in the face, look up.
No, I'd look you right in the eye and just play with your nipple while you're doing a Reagan impression. And
Fuck you now. I'm not fucking you.
Jesus. That would be funny if you gave ass to everyone in the studio but me. Come on, dude, what the fuck?
Oh, how bad would that make you feel?
Tommy.
The guy around that works with you gets a sex change, he's fucking everybody else but not you.
The phones have exploded, guys.
You think Boston cops aren't laughing at the NYPD right now?
Of course they are.
Tommy.
Yeah. O&A.
Hey, Tommy.
Hey, man.
What's up, guys?
Hey.
What's up?
Little Jim.
Hey, Tommy.
A couple years ago, 10, 12 years ago, a friend of mine's brother got out on 3/4, and he got the change done. You know, he wasn't a bad guy, bro, but it was just weird, man. Brother, you had to start calling him by his female name and everything. Hello?
Yeah, could June have picked a shittier girl's name?
Yeah, well, Marla.
June.
You went from
real hot.
Marla, his name was.
What?
Marla.
Marla.
Oh, that's
what was his
Marla.
What was his original name?
Yeah, sorry. Blew his father's mind. Because, you know, he went in, he told his father, you know, don't call me Mike no more, and I got to start calling me Marla.
Mike, Marla.
My God.
Marla.
The first thing his father said was, all right, Mike. He just stuck to it, you know, but he had the tits and everything.
I would just say, look, I'm writing Mike on the suicide note.
Yeah.
Not writing Marla.
He wasn't a bad dude, but he was an ugly motherfucker as a guy, though. So he didn't, in a sundress and panties and nail polish didn't really help him.
Well, there is a comedian that made the full switch.
Really?
Rick. I don't know if I could say his last name. I guess so.
Delgado?
No, Rick Delgado.
We're talking about comedians.
Yeah.
You idiot.
No, he just peeled it back. No, Rick Scotty, I believe, went through the full transformation. Yeah, I guess it's not a thing. It's not a secret. It is what it is.
What was the girl name?
Don't know. I haven't. Last time I worked with him was in a place called Georgetown in Pennsylvania 8 years ago.
Yeah.
I've heard that he made a full transformation.
Was he cute?
No, not really. I mean, to my knowledge, he was a little bit of an older gentleman.
Oh.
It wasn't bad. He just that it was weird. You know, you knew the guy. He's his older brother. We knew him our whole life. You know, he dated ugly chicks all the time and stuff. It was just weird when it happened. You know, freaked out my friend more than anything.
And it's even weirder when they are older and they do it.
Yeah, if you're going to do it young.
Yeah, if you're going to do it, you know, try to be a hot, young piece of ass instead of
Be
like
an old lady.
Like an old woman.
You gotta go see your dad. Like
is no good.
You've always known your dad as your dad. You think I can picture my father right now coming to me one day with that? I would just hit him.
Yeah, imagine that's worse than a kid.
And say, look, Dad, just tough it out.
That's worse than the kid coming to the father and saying, look, I want to become a woman. You get the guy that all of a sudden just says to his family, look, I want to be a woman, has the sex change, and now your dad is wearing that old gray wig and has tits and
Mrs. Doubtfire.
Yeah, Mrs. Doubtfire.
Wait, this guy has a kid too?
He had a kid, so after the change, he started going to the school to pick up his young daughter as a woman and the dress and everything. You don't know how the kid. You know, you're older. The kid's probably like 14 now, but it had to be a trip for the kid too. You know, all of a sudden your dad's picking you up, then all of a sudden your dad is picking you up. And, you know, it's real weird.
And these people always find like the worst dresses to wear.
Yeah, well,
I can't dress.
There's one that walks around on the Upper West Side. I'm like, yeah, silly goose. Can't you get something a little better if you're going to walk around like a woman?
Not a lot of Ralph Lauren dresses.
No.
He was next to the girl I was seeing at the time where she got a panties from, and that's a pretty shade of nail polish. It just got real weird. You know, say smoking a joint with this guy, and all of a sudden, you know, you want your cock. It was just weird.
They all try to put on this girl's voice, too, that just comes off sounding like a guy.
Yeah, he never tried that. He still talks with his man's voice and stuff. It just, but he had the big Adam's apple. He was a short guy. And, bro, he had a cock and a half on him, too. That's what killed me. He was like 5 foot.
That's what killed me. Half on him.
He tried to lay it on me, but it was just, you just know he had it.
Why would you want to lose all that goodness?
Did he have it chopped off?
Yeah, I said if they do what they say they do, cut it in half and tuck it in, he had to have the deepest cunt around, bro. Foot cock.
All right, thank you, Tommy.
Punching out, boys. Later.
There's so many people calling in. Let's go to...
Tommy doesn't mince words.
No, Tommy's all right. Let's go to Tony. Go ahead, Tony.
Hey, how you doing? 15-year veteran of the NYPD.
Hey.
This guy's got 3 things going for him already. That's totally negative, all right? First, he's a chick, all right? On the NYPD, we already laughed at that. The second thing, he's a fag. The third thing, he's going to get his dick chopped off. I mean, come on. It's like everything that every fucking cop has gone against. Everything. I mean, I can't see these guys clapping at a roll call. All I can see is them clapping, going downstairs into the locker room, and rolling on the floor, fucking laughing and pissing themselves.
Of course.
I mean, they're animals. This guy's a fucking animal. How do you fucking stand next to somebody like that and go, oh, you're going to save my life? Yeah, you're going to run into a fucking, into gunfire for me. You want to chop your dick off?
Believe me, June Low's going to have her face trapped in a door like Serpico.
Oh, Jesus Christ. James, by the way, great job over there. And, guys, listen, I'm going to punch you out. Have a nice day.
Bye, mister.
Thank you, Tony. Fonzo, listen to this one. Fonzo, go ahead.
Hey, Fonzo.
I used to be an intern at WBAI. That's the public radio station there in New York. And,
it is?
Yeah, and the news director at the time was named David Sears, and he was this sort of weird dude, a little effeminate. I left the station, and I checked in months later listening to the news, and all of a sudden the same guy doing the news on the radio is now Andrea Sears. And I Googled him or something, and sure enough, he showed up to work one day as a woman, and is now a woman.
And now a chick, right?
Yep. Weird guy.
Damn.
That.
All right, punch it out.
Has anyone ever been able to pull that off?
Let me think.
There was a Bond woman that used to be a man.
Tula.
Remember
Tula?
And she was in Playboy and all that?
Yeah, she was in
Playboy. She was actually a Bond woman?
Yeah, she was a Bond chick. One of the helicopter pilots in one of the movies. I don't even remember which one. And turned out, yeah, she was a guy at some point. Underwent the operation. There's just something manly about them that you kind of like, no matter how hot they are or anything, you're just like,
I assume you can't get rid of the man smell. You got everything else just perfect. You got nice pointy boobies and.
Can you deodorize me?
And the vag looks, good. You got a great doctor, and you got, but that man smell.
The musky man ass. Just not going away. You're not turning that into a chick's bottom.
No. I don't know.
All right, good luck to you, officer.
Well, there's a couple more here. New Jersey, what's up? Bro.
Yo.
Hey, we're talking to you. Go.
Oh, how's it going? Yeah, I had a pediatrician down in South Jersey here. He got the full change, went from Carlos to Carla. Years back, it was a big deal down here,
That's too funny.
Because he had left, he got a grant from a hospital for some sort of clinic he opened, and then they pulled his grant after the change, so I went and sued him and everything.
I'm laughing at the distant fart that I just heard.
Yeah, distant. Here's a picture of Tula.
All right, thanks, bro.
No problem.
Who's Tula?
Tula used to be a guy.
Tula's not that bad. From here.
First name, Barry Kenneth Cossie.
God, that's awful.
And then you could see, like, the implants kind of made the boobies look a little weird. Right there. And then there's Bush.
It's a great body, though.
Well,
No, I mean,
I'm not leaning over anymore. Jesus.
I've hooked up with a couple of ladies of the evening who are women who I got a weird suspected thing where post-ops, I had a couple that I had sex with that something about it felt wrong. I don't know what it was.
Kidding me?
No. But you can never tell. It looks real. It looks natural.
I would think you'd be able to tell.
It's kind of like going to a Chinese restaurant and you get one of those chicken dishes and it looks like chicken, but the taste is just a little off.
Something wrong. You can just feel it, even with a condom and everything. You can still feel like something was not. I don't. Maybe it's an instinct. Maybe we have a weird base instinct. Or something
Oh my God!
What?
Yeah.
You just talk
Something
about
just
it like so.
Felt wrong, like the whiskers on your chin.
No. I mean,
it's just the way you talk about it. Ed and I are looking at each other like we have nothing.
You know why? You know why? Anybody, any girl I've ever had sex with, I know is a girl has been a girl their whole lives.
Never ever.
I've
sat
never
there and
had
went,
anyone.
"Man, something
Yeah,
is just wrong."
there's
about
never
this.
been an instance where I had to ponder. They could have been a guy at one point.
Well, you know what it is, though, dude. Don't forget. I mean, I'm in the trenches.
Yes, you
So
are.
I'm walking into a lot of strange apartments.
You certainly
meeting
are.
a lot of gals, and a couple of them. There was one who I contacted, who I just talked to and realized this is a post-op, and I didn't do it. But a couple, it was almost like I didn't know what was wrong, and then after, and I could have been wrong, but it's just a weird vibe. It's nothing that you could look at and see.
All right.
It's something.
Let's go to Ziggy in Jersey. Ziggy, what's up?
Yeah, how you doing, guys?
Good.
A couple of years ago, there was this thing in Hoboken. One of the lieutenants or captains went on vacation and came back a female.
Just went on vacation.
In Hoboken?
Yeah, in Hoboken. That was about 5 or 6 years ago.
Wow. Did he tell anyone he was doing it?
He went on vacation and came back as a female. Didn't came back as a male no more.
Moboken.
Yeah, in Hoboken. They wanted fired him and did a whole bunch of other stuff. He was throwing the lawsuits against the Hoboken PD. So it was not far from New York, you know?
And I just don't understand them.
Don't
comprehend the reasoning and the thinking to do that
Well,
to yourself.
that is something.
Let's say hi to Juliana. Juliana, what's up?
Mm-hmm.
Juliana.
Hello?
You.
Me?
Yes.
What's your name?
Sorry about that. I'm not Juliana. I'm Steve.
Oh, you know what? I fucked up. That was
He is
my
on
fault.
Steve.
I'm sorry. Go ahead,
So
Steve.
maybe you had a sex change.
That scared me a little bit.
What's going on, Steve?
Sorry, Steve. Go ahead.
While Jimmy never ceases to amaze me, I'd be really terrified to share a cup of coffee with him.
No, but I'm not saying there was anything that tipped me off. I just, like, in a hindsight thing, there was something off and I couldn't put my finger in it. I just do it, but it was just something.
What I was calling about is that if I were Anthony, I'd be a little bit weirded out being in the bathroom with James because these fantasies are flowing off of his tongue a little bit too quickly about
Oh, I'm not having a sex change. So I have nothing to worry about.
Take care, guys.
All right, now we'll go to Juliana. Juliana.
Hi, how you guys doing today?
Pretty good.
Yeah, well, no, I had a friend of mine. He showed up at my house one time. I didn't know he was in drag, and I mean, he looked good, you know. But we went to a drag queen contest in Florida, and you know, I was trying to suggest to these guys, you know, you need to lower the boobs a little bit, not have them so high up on your chest. They lost their freaking minds.
Guys that are drag queens, all this stuff, but I mean, to me, like, whatever you do, but if you want to have your dick cut off, like, there's something so basely human and wrong with that, and it's just completely against nature. And I'm not saying that they're shitheads, but I mean, people that really want to do that, it's like, what is going on internally that you want to have your dick removed? There are people that have amputation fetishes where they want to have limbs amputated because they feel like the left leg or the right arm is wrong. It doesn't belong there. It has to be removed. And there are guys that will actively seek someone to remove a healthy limb, and they want it gone forever. It's like maybe it's the same type of a thing. So instead of saying that it's an absolutely acceptable thing, maybe there's a sickness there. I don't know, but, you know, it just doesn't seem normal to want your dick removed.
All right, Tim, what's up?
How you doing, guys?
Hey.
When I was in college, we had a tranny working down the street at the Cumberland
What
Farm.
college?
Roger Williams University. And we used to call her Uncle Rachel because she was about 6'4" and 250 pounds.
Uncle Rachel.
And would wear mini skirts. And it was pretty nasty with her big thick legs sticking out of the bottom of the mini skirts. And she'd try to act all dainty and try to talk all soft. And she'd go to hand you your change. She'd go, "Here's your change." And everybody would just kind of guide the hand away from hers and let her put the change on the counter.
All right, thank you, Tim.
Bye.
No problem.
Let's go to Tony in Virginia. Tony.
Hey, guy, that music that you play from the beginning of The Shining, that
Yeah.
was done by Walter Carlos, now Wendy Carlos.
Yeah, I was just looking at that
I had
on
no
Internet
idea.
Movie
Have you seen
Database.
a picture of her? She looks horrific.
Wendy Carlos used
They
to
got
be
a picture of
Walter
her on the site.
Carlos
She looks awful.
and scored The Shining.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and decided, to become a woman.
Hey, is that
no
the
way
same?
you can't tell.
Wait a minute, the person that did the music from Clockwork Orange.
Yep, that was Walter
Oh,
Carlos.
same person. Okay.
Yeah,
Before the dick came off.
I heard that was a switch. Okay, so it's the same person. Kubrick must have loved using this person.
Looks terrible.
Doesn't matter. Great music.
Yeah, definitely. I got a bunch of
You can
albums.
cut my dick off if I could do soundtracks like that. Am I right or wrong, guys? Huh? Seriously.
Let's say hi to Joey Diaz, a new friend of the show. Joey, what's up?
You want to
buddy?
cut your
What's
dick
happening?
off, Doc?
First of all,
Mom says I'm not supposed to.
Is this
You
Joey,
there?
Joey, our friend Joey, comic?
Yeah, what's up, Joey?
What's happening, baby?
Hey, man.
I seen you on the couch of the Tonight Show. You were a fucking animal. You understand me?
Oh, thanks, man.
I laughed my ass off. I'm in Dallas, and I get no Jim Norton stories down here. I'm ready to fucking mug a transvestite. You understand me?
What's going on down there?
Nothing. I'm at the Improv, but I figured I'd come down here and get a good Jim Norton story.
I didn't do anything when I was down there, dude. I just kind of hung out. It was a very slow week. I didn't get laid. I didn't hook up at all.
No fucking hookers, no nothing?
Dude, I wanted to go. I heard down there in Dallas, someone said, I think Pugs told me that there was you know, they have all those like brothels. Some pimp broke into a brothel down there, shot the guy at the desk, then killed the hooker who used to work for him and killed her John. So I've always been afraid of going into those places.
Then fuck it. No word. Last time I was here, I mugged a stripper, though.
They were all looking forward to you coming.
No, I'm ready. I'm down here. I'm looking forward to fucking seeing you in New York, man. But you were great, and I was listening to the show. You were killing me today.
Oh,
With
thanks.
these transvestites, a cop who wants to cut his dick off. I don't get it either, bro. You can't be a cop if you cut your dick off.
You can be, but just how effective?
Yeah, it
No,
makes...
you can't. If you got a dick, you can't shoot nobody. You're walking around confused.
Yeah.
It's like drinking fucking vodka and that shit, that fucking energy drink. Red Bull.
Red Bull. Yeah, possible.
You know? But that's it. I'm just checking in, baby, saying hello to the boys.
All right, Joey, we'll see you next time you're in New York.
Thank you, my man.
Bye, Angel.
There goes Joey Diaz playing the Improv down there in Dallas this weekend.
You funny bastard, man. The fucking
The Addison Improv.
All right.
Want to take a break?
Yeah, you want a shoulder rub?
Ooh, that'd be nice.
Making everyone uncomfortable.
Why? The fuck? I was hoping for an applause.
Hello?
Hey, cigars and scotch.
Hey,
Oh, what's up, man?
Is a baby around you?
Yeah, I'm a stay-at-home mom.
Oh.
Is that what you do? You just like change the baby and do those great Photoshops all day?
Yeah,
I know. I've seen some sick shit this guy's done.
You're an animal, dude. We love your stuff.
Thanks. When I worked in Kings County Hospital, we had a transvestite resident.
Oh, yeah?
A surgical resident. So we were level 1 trauma. So people would get into an accident, wake up in the ICU, and we had this thing called Melanie. Looked like Barney Rubble in a dress with red hair.
Jesus.
Horrific.
Yeah, some of them are really atrocious. And then once in a while, you got a double take. Like, holy Christ. I heard in Rio, I was so paranoid in Rio de Janeiro about trannies, because that's like the capital of the world for operations. There was a lot of girls I didn't hook up with because I'm like, that's too risky. And Patrice told me, you're nuts. I'm like, I don't know. I don't trust it. So I think I made the right move.
Yeah, there was no mistaking this one, though. Oof.
All right, thank you, bro.
Bye, sweetie.
Bye, baby.
Why is Ben Stein hanging out with the president?
Well, he was a Nixon speechwriter. I mean,
he stinks.
I like Benny.
Oh, hate him.
I know.
We fucking
bastard.
hate him. All right, why don't we take a break and we'll continue with the Opie and Anthony program.
There is nothing quite like a Cuban cigar. Right, Ramon? The rich texture, the full flavor, so relaxing. Oh, fiddlesticks. No ashtray. Ramon, open your mouth.
All right, we're back with the Opie and Anthony program. Tomorrow on the program, we're going to try the girl thing again. Hopefully we'll have better luck than the last time.
We better, because there's a ban right now. There's a girl ban in this studio, and we're breaking it tomorrow to test out some new gear here in the studio.
Break in the Liberator.
The Liberator. We got a couple of these Liberator things around, and I guess girls are coming in tomorrow, and they're going to demonstrate how many cool positions you can get into with these Liberators, comfy positions, and we don't want any crap. We want these girls to come in and have a good time. No arguing, no clothing, no second-guessing our suggestions. They are to come in. One is going to strap on a dildo and act like the man, and the other one is going to receive. They're going to use the Liberator. And that's the way it's going down. If it doesn't go down that way, within 1 second, they will be out of this studio. That is the gift we now give our listeners. No more bullshit.
All right, let's go to Jimmy in Ohio. Jimmy.
Oh, you were talking about someone becoming a tranny in the office there. I was wondering, how big do you think Ben's vag would be if he had that hog turned inside out?
Harrison Ford would accidentally land the Millennium Falcon in it.
Hey, Jimmy, I got a question about Liddy there. How's he feel about being on XM radio now? I heard G. Gordon's going to be on.
Yeah, well, I kind of like being on XM. Beats AM or FM.
Oh, God, could that bit end, please? Let's say hi to Aaron in New York City. Aaron?
Yeah, hello.
What's up?
How much? I've considered having surgery.
Why? What are you?
I'm a woman.
You're a woman.
You sound like a 16-year-old boy.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. I've got a really female voice.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
You're 22 and you're a lesbian?
Yes.
But you're like not lipstick, right? You're kind of
No, yeah.
How big would your mule be if they made you a mule?
They make it actually really small. That's why I'm kind of I'm not sure if I'm going to go through with the whole thing because they stretch your clitoris.
Do you know how awful that would look? Would it get hard?
Yeah, they have something that they install where you do get hard.
Yeah, but it's like with that pneumatic thing where
you got to pump it up or something.
You got to pump
I
it.
think it has something to do with pumping up. I'm not completely sure. My friend's getting the operation in a couple of months. And,
I heard what they do is they take flesh from other regions and then put the clit kind of where the sensitive parts of the penis would be, but it's not just stretching your clit. It's kind of like using tissue from around other areas and building a penis, and then, like the underside of your dick or something, they would put the clitoral nerves right there and kind of put a pump in there and make a fake sac out of the labia and then put a couple of Teflon balls in there, and then you screw away with that.
Why don't you just be happy that you are who you are?
Well, see,
wow, Jimmy.
I'm not completely sure what I'm going to do, but I don't know. I just don't feel right. I don't know, being a lady, I guess. And it's kind of easier, as far as getting a job just to pass. I just consider just taking hormones.
Yeah.
And because that does a lot. You can't even tell.
Did your titties go away?
What? Yeah, they would. I haven't taken them, but they would.
Oh.
And you really want to do this, huh?
I'm not completely sure, but I'm looking into it. I mean, obviously my family wouldn't be too cool with it, so I don't know.
You like girls, though? You like being with women?
Yeah, I do.
And you ever been with a guy?
No, I've never been with a guy.
Never?
No.
Does it just repulse you?
It doesn't repulse. I guess having intercourse, that kind of repulses me. So.
Yeah. Would you grow like facial hair and stuff?
You can, yeah.
They all do. Any of the women that go to be men, they take the hormones, and they always grow the beard and mustache thing, just to look at me.
Someone's bringing up a good point on line one. Tom in Jersey says if you add a dick to yourself, the dykes won't want you. Is that true?
What?
If you add a cock, the dykes won't want you. So then what?
I don't know. I don't know. I guess that'd be cool. I don't.
I think you would. I don't know. I think your choices would be drastically reduced.
Are you able to have orgasms?
Yeah.
So why would you want to mess with something that feels good? That's what I meant. If it,
well, I don't get the orgasms from going inside.
No, but from masturbation you do.
Yeah, I do.
So why mess with your genitals?
That's the thing. I'm not even completely sure that I would go all the way, just because that part kind of scares me.
Oh, my God.
But I would, my circle's pretty, if I came out to my friends and said I was transgender and said, I want to do this, but not all the way, they'd be cool with it. And there's, a lot of girls that are just into that,
I say just eat as much pussy as you can and masturbate. What's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Yeah, aren't you afraid you're not going to be able to, really satisfy yourself sexually? Everything goes wrong, and all of a sudden now
that's a fear. That's why I don't know if I would get the bottom part done. If anything, I get the top.
You want to pull down a constructed part? To masturbate as a man, it's it's a ferocious activity.
It really is.
It's not
ferocious.
It's not like the little middle finger that you rub with.
Right, you're just.
There's a fist involved in this.
I'm amazed mine doesn't break apart at times.
Dude, my dick is...
You're so right.
No lube. I just grab it under the head.
Pound.
Just whacking and stretching.
It's
and
horrendous.
pulling And you'll stick it in between cushions.
You just like if you would pound your fist on a table.
Yeah.
It's that type of violence.
Yeah. See, I'm not sure about that, but
You got big boobs?
They're like C36s.
36C is nice.
How about How about your? Not to be personal. How about your vag? Is it big or small?
It's big.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
Really?
Yeah, it's.
Roomy.
How big? Like puffy?
Well, yeah, it's like it's pretty big. Like, I mean, it's like bigger than other girls that I've seen. So.
Are you a big girl?
Yeah, I am.
Yeah, I can tell.
Can I see a picture of it?
No, because you guys make fun of me.
No, I won't. I actually want to see a picture of your vag because if you email it to me, I know somebody at Johns Hopkins who does this kind of surgery, and I would give you honest feedback. I promise not to whack my bag looking at your vag picture.
From a picture.
I like that.
Yeah, so.
What can you do with this? Yeah. All right, so I only learned that from Charleston Labs. There are 3 major centers for sexual reassignment: Johns Hopkins, and I can't remember the other ones.
All right, Aaron. Good luck becoming a man, I guess.
All right.
Any other
Let
questions?
us know when you're Eric.
Yeah, bye, Aaron.
Because she's going to change her name to Eric, I bet.
All right. Bye.
Speaking of Erin, my ex-girlfriend calls me while we're on the air, and then I try to call her back, and she doesn't pick her up. Yeah, she doesn't pick the phone up. She's riding around. She loved the ice cream child molesting bit.
Doesn't she realize what time it is and that you're working?
Yes.
She's out of her mind.
She's a kook.
Let's go to John in Modesto. John?
Hey, yeah. Hey, when I was in the Navy, I was stationed in military police back in Naples, and you get the gator freighters with all these friggin' jarheads pulling into port, and they go down there picking up the trannies. So we go down there and patrol, friggin' watching out for this crap. And we had this one tranny flag us down, just bullshitting with it, and drops the dress, brags about going to Florida, getting everything hacked off, and you couldn't tell it was a friggin' dude. And no one-bagger, no beer, straight up sober. It's like, holy shit. And then you get the ones where the one tranny friggin' shot the jarhead when he did a reach-around, found something he wasn't looking for. Friggin' got hit in the leg with a .22. Funny as hell.
Wait, who got shot?
A jarhead, Marine.
Why'd the Marine get shot?
Well, he reached around and he found a cock on the chick. Didn't know that was there. He gets pissed and then starts beating on her, so she pulls out a little .22 and shoots him in the calf.
Oh.
That was kind of funny.
At least she didn't kill him.
You start out during the day, you get the trannies that don't have anything done. It's just a dude in a friggin' dress. And then later on, you get the ones with the chicks with dicks. And we go patrol, and they pick us out of the crowd while we're driving around in uniform. And they'd open up their dress. They're there in a nightie, winging their friggin' dick at you. It was funny as hell.
Yeah, that's really awful. What streets? No, I mean, I want to avoid those streets.
All right, thanks. Let's say hi to Chris the trucker. Chris?
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, Chris.
Hey, first off, love you guys. Jim, you're a goddamn good comedian. I respect you.
Thank you, mister.
Anyway, this girl I was dating back in high school, Melissa, I popped her cherry when she was 16. I was 17. I wound up playing football at Kansas State. She's going to UCLA. I was about 22 at the time when I found out that she had turned into a man. She's now Michael.
I could take these calls all day. It's just so weird.
Dude, you want to talk about insecurities? Oh, my God. I was fucking anything with a cunt, dude. I was absolutely sticking my dick wherever it would go.
You turned your chick into a man.
So what? Just because you're so awful in bed, they change genders? I mean, that's not a big deal.
I never want another cock in me.
It was just that my cock was so wonderful for her that she couldn't stand to not have one of her own, I guess.
Either that...
I'm telling myself when I'm drunk.
Well, tell yourself this. You were so awful at it. She's like, Jesus, I can do this.
All right, Chris, thanks. This guy has a question for Professor Anthony. Timmy in Wisconsin.
Hey, what's happening?
Hey.
Opie and Anthony.
What up, Timmy?
Hey, Blinky, how you doing?
Good.
I got a question for Professor Anthony.
Yes, I'll see if I could help you.
Well, I'm wondering if a chick becomes a man, will she ever period out of her dick hole?
Of course not, sir. In order to have a period, a woman needs ovaries and a uterus. Of course not.
Thanks a lot.
Yes, they installed those. That helped you out?
Yeah, thank you.
Although I did just read a story that in...
Of course you did.
In India, I believe it was.
Of course.
A 14-year-old boy has been getting a period. Every month, he has some hormonal changes, and he bleeds every month. They didn't say in the article exactly where, but I would assume from the pee hole. But that doesn't make any sense because that has nothing to do with the...
Maybe that's kidney stones. They're trying to say it's a period?
Yeah, it's a period, is what they're saying. Very odd.
I'll say.
Any of those stories from India, Korea, Japan, even England, I don't believe them.
All right, we'll wrap up this discussion with this little ditty from
Believe half of what
Stephen
you
Lynch.
see and none of what you hear.
Good point, Ant.
That's it.
She's part girl, she's part boy. She's got parts everyone can enjoy. She's got more, she's got less. She's got her manhood tucked in her dress, yeah. Is she a mister or is she a miss? Does she stand up when she's taking a piss? She's my little girl, she's my little guy. When I try to please her, I get poked in the eye, yeah. She wears lace and she wears flannel. She watches football and the Lifetime channel. What's that bulge under her nightie? It's just my hermaphrodite, yeah. Hermaphrodite, oh. Some things are white, some things are black. Some girls wear makeup, mine shaves her back. She is still beautiful, she is still fine. It's too bad her package is bigger than mine, yeah. She looks like Cher, but she's built like Sonny. She loves Brad Pitt and finds the Three Stooges funny. Who's that girl with the grip so mighty? It's just my hermaphrodite, yeah. Hermaphrodite, hermaphrodite, hermaphrodite.
There he is, Stephen Lynch. Huh? Get off the Liberator, Jimmy.
Yeah, Jim. What? Oh, you guys are still... I thought we were taking a break. You smell like gas right cut?
We go to take a break, and Jimmy reclined on the Liberator.
That's right.
He goes, Ben, come over here. I want to try out a few positions.
Try number 47.
With Ben's cock, I did positions 11 through 38 at once. It's funny. Ben's cock will liberate you from your innards.
All right. You want to try this maximum exposure? We did talk about this down the road.
Yeah.
Or a while ago. Jimmy's phone's ringing like crazy. Jimmy, who's that?
Hold on. This is my ex-girlfriend.
No.
Oh, Aaron?
Yeah. She's like, I'm on the air. She's like, you are? Well, you were listening to the show.
You know when you work?
You got the strangest relationship with your ex.
I know.
It's really strange.
I know.
All right.
She's an odd girl.
She's a very odd girl, but we love her.
Seth Enslow's aiming to break the world record for bike jumping. In Apple Valley, California, he's trying to practice jump at 230 feet. He hits the throttle. Looking good. Ooh, looking bad. Let's see it in slow-mo.
They're screaming for an ambulance. He's like, looking bad. Let's see it in slow-mo. It's the most inappropriate voiceover for one of these shows ever. You got the other one, Real TV. That guy's all serious, you know. Here's a boating accident that almost claimed the life of its pilot. And this guy's like, whoa, this guy's out of control. Look at his head smashed on this tree. Ow, that had to hurt.
When he hits the ground, the handlebars with his face. They shatter his goggles and his forehead crumbles.
See? I'm glad you brought this to our attention. I haven't seen this guy yet.
It's the worst. You never see him. It's only his voiceover. And it's the most horrific things. And, you know, if it's like a stunt guy, all right, that shit's, you know, you kind of expect that to happen. If you're a stunt man, you're going to screw up every so often. But they have things of just normal people or cops that are doing things, and, you know, they get shot, and it's like, this bad guy put a couple of pieces of lead in this officer. It's like, that's, you know.
This is what we were getting at yesterday.
Put it that way.
Like the fire extinguisher guy?
Oh, God. Watch the Schwoogie throw this fire extinguisher at this guy.
This guy's going to be burning up in about 2 seconds.
Ashland, New Hampshire. Jeremy Jaquith and Todd Randlett are way into snowmobiles. They're racing at 60 miles an hour down a stretch of slush and snow. Todd's in the lead, and Jeremy makes his move. Right into a telephone pole.
Right into a telephone pole.
What a prick. I'd watch this show. And say this guy's, they're talking about the Al-Zarqawi beheadings. This guy's about to get the haircut of a lifetime.
He would do that. It's horrible.
That's Aaron Dusek. He's going to sled down the steep, gravelly hill. No snow, no brakes, no brake. Hey, we didn't think a dude could roll that far. Aaron's a bloody mess.
I didn't know that I had gouges in my head until one of my friends told me that my head was bleeding.
Yep, it's good to have friends.
He's entertaining.
What a bloody mess.
Chris in Vegas. What's up, Chris?
Hey, guys, you're missing out one of the best parts of this guy. He's always pointing out the sweet mullet. It's friggin' hilarious.
Yeah, that is pretty good. He does point out mullets on people all the time.
Yeah, unfortunately, they canceled the show. They're not making any more new episodes. But the guy cracks me up constantly.
What was the name of it?
Max
The
X,
show?
Maximum Exposure.
They just call it Max X.
Yeah.
They still do that Korean show?
MXP.
What is it called?
It's MXP on the Spike Network.
Yeah, but what's that
Talk.
mean again?
Get on, Mike. Jesus.
Yeah, no one can hear you.
All I know is
Who cares?
He fell for it again. It's the Korean game show with they dub in English.
Yeah.
I forgot the name of it. I don't think it's called MXP. Is it called MXP? MXC.
MXC.
Wow, they're screaming at Eric from the other room.
Yeah, they get very competitive.
Now they're going to really go for it with the cut the cucumber on the throat trick. Little double clutch, and he's bleeding. The trusting assistant keeps it together, but then he collapses. Let's take a closer look. The master starts his downward stroke. He hesitates. The second stroke splits his trusting assistant's throat open. It's pretty calm for a guy with a gaping wound in his throat. And the master's really cool as he ignores the bleeding dude. Thanks for nothing, master. Zoom in on it. The master casually wipes the blood off his sword. He don't want to get his sword dirty. His trusting assistant's taking off to bleed somewhere else.
I saw that one. Oh, hard to watch.
The samurai guy?
Put a cucumber on his assistant's neck.
Yeah.
And then takes a samurai sword and goes to slice the cucumber. And he did it and hit the throat.
Holy crap. Did the guy die?
No.
Can we get video of that, like DVD?
I'm sure it's somewhere online. But, yeah, they showed some pretty fucked up stuff on Max X.
Where did you get that hat, the virus hat? That's great.
A while ago.
I want a virus shirt.
You want to spread the virus T-shirt?
Yes!
Take a regular shirt and wipe your dick with it.
Those Opie and Anthony Spread the Virus T-shirts sold very well. If you want one, you go to, I guess you email my brother, drduck@AOL.com.
Did Ines ever get his?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Dr. Duck, D-U-K, drduck@AOL.com.
How many different ones are there? There's Spread the Virus.
No, we got the Spread the Virus Opie and Anthony T-shirts. Then
Two different ones.
No, we got it. No, just the one shirt design so far. We're gonna come out with hats soon, I guess. And my brother's working on a Pest shirt that's really funny.
pest.
Yeah, with a real big, nasty mosquito. The Opie and Anthony logo will be on the front with a nasty mosquito, and then on the back, instead of saying staff, it'll just say pest. Should be funny.
Yes.
And then Steve's got a shirt he's selling off FoundryMusic.com. The Chester shirt. What is that one again?
Let's get him in here. Steve!
Chester, very popular.
Hey, Ant.
Yeah.
Music. For what? This? Steve.
Yeah.
What is with this pest shirt you're selling or whatever?
No, it's not a pest shirt.
Oh.
Which one? Oh.
You can go.
Haven't heard that one. Well, thank you.
You got a T-shirt that you're selling on Foundry?
Oh, it's well, we were going to.
The dog thing. What is it again?
It's a guy.
What is it?
Thank you. Can I talk now?
I'm sorry.
It's all right. I can get just let me get a sentence out. Thank you. It is the guy that did that flash animation with the guy kicking the dog. Did a T-shirt with a guy drop kicking a dog in the air, and I think he wants to write "Where's Chester?" Big question mark on it.
Great. We'll be signing those at the next appearance, I'm sure. All right. Well, we're running out of show here. We can't really start anything new.
The guy from Max X, I guess, is he was teamed up. His name is Cam Brainerd.
Cam Brainerd. Cam Brainerd.
He was paired up with Bob Coer and once partnered as the New York City comedy duo Brickface and Stucco. And one of their bits included performing a rock song parody in the guise of ultra-Orthodox Jews. Guess that didn't pan out. I thought maybe New York City comedy comedian, maybe Jimmy knew him.
Never heard of him. Speaking of shit, my iPod, I cannot even get my songs to come up on now. I hate this fucking product.
No?
Dude, it registers that I have gigabytes missing of memory, but the songs won't come up. So I have nothing on my iPod. It's 2 months old, almost $400. I hate it.
So it shows that your hard drive has stuff on it.
And when I plug it into the computer, I can see what's on the iPod, so it's in there.
Yeah.
I just can't bring it up to listen to it.
You're going to have to reboot it.
I don't know how to. I can't reset. I hit the menu and the play button for the reset.
No.
Doesn't reset.
Do you hold it
in the middle? Two fingers, the two buttons in the middle.
Yeah, right. You keep telling yourself that.
That's the way you reboot it.
I guarantee you it won't reboot.
I just reboot it.
The one in the middle of the swirly round thing?
Yeah.
You hold that down.
Hold that down for a few seconds.
You actually turn it off, hold it, and then turn it on, and hold it down.
And rotate in a circle to the left.
No, Opie, that's confusing.
Bring it in. We'll fix it.
Yeah, I'll fix it for you.
Ooh, the devil doesn't like his iPod.
You making fun of my devil voice?
No, I was trying to do it.
You'll fix it.
It's just one of my
garbage
bits
pail
that I like to do from time to time.
I hate the iPod. I tried, guys.
You really did.
I tried. I wanted to love it. Opie has one. He skateboards around with it. He looks delicious.
Skateboards.
I wanted to have an iPod, working out, getting in shape.
I got to be honest with you. I have given up on the iPod in recent months.
It stinks.
I'm all about the MiFi.
How are the MP3 players? I have to put music on. Are they good?
Those are great.
Do they break down like these fucking iPods?
You never know. They're all a little squirrely at times.
But then I bought the Bose system that the iPod hooks up to.
Rocks.
Can you put a regular MP3 player in there too?
No, it's only for an iPod.
I think they're specifically for
the Bose system.
Sucker.
The Bose system where you dock the iPod with the speakers on the side. Oh my God. Those things are great.
Yeah, but what am I going to do with it now?
Dude, I'm all about the MiFi now, man. I just record channels while we're on the air. And then you never know what you're recording, but you know it's in the genre you like, and you got a nice little surprise every day. Like, oh wow, look what song they're playing today that I wouldn't have thought of.
I know, I gotta have my.
It's great,
my
and then you play the songs you want. You go, all right, I'll play this one by Nirvana, then I'll go to this one, and then I'll go to that, whatever.
And the only iPod store is in fucking Soho. Why?
Bring it in, Jimmy.
I don't want to bring it in. It's gonna take a week to get fixed. How about a new one?
Dude, Steve will fix it in 2 minutes.
Just bring it in. I bet you don't even know how to reboot
it.
Yeah, I'll take a look at it.
It's a piece of shit.
I reboot mine every day before I go to the gym. It's just,
Hire someone to sing for you while you're working out. That's easier than a fucking iPod. It's terrible. It's fucking terrible.
What's you one of these?
Oh, these are great.
Look what Ben's got.
Mini iPod? What, you got 4 songs on that thing? What is it?
No, Ben's got what is that, the Shuffle or whatever it's called?
It's 120.
I have a Shuffle. HBO gave me one. I won't even open the package.
It's weird, though, because you don't know what songs are...
That's what's good, though.
Exactly, it's not good. I don't
you
want
throw
surprises.
120 songs on the shuffle, and then you don't know what's going to come up.
120 songs, I need more than that. I like to listen to a whole
I have
album.
a regular one, too. I rotate, and then I get the Mi-Fi.
Do you have one, Ant?
Yeah, I do.
Has it broken down now?
I haven't used it in a while, though.
Okay.
Yeah.
Opes has had problems. Ben, you've gone through a few.
I've
right?
I've had problems with them.
Everyone's had problems with this piece of shit technology. Fix it.
Jim, Doug is saying on the line, just update the firmware and you'll be fine.
What is firmware?
I have no idea.
It's brand new. I got it 2 months ago.
Let's say hi to Andy in California. Andy, what did you learn on the Opie and Anthony show today?
Well, I learned that Ben Pog is so big it has its own zip code.
Oof.
Somebody said
that, but we didn't even teach you that. You just decided to. But that's not how we. What?
Somebody emailed me a funny one. Ben's hog is so big it rides around with 4 wheels and Oscar Mayer written on it.
Tell him, Fred.
Tell him, Fred. Rob on Long Island.
How you doing, guys?
Hey. Hi.
How you doing, Daddy?
Hi, Rob.
Dude, this part of the program, you got to go fast.
Yeah, I know. I learned that a trainee is a girl with an asterisk next to her.
Thank you, Rob. Let's go to Nick in New York. Nick, go ahead.
Yeah, what's up, man? I learned that Nickelback has a black tribute band.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah, punching out.
All right. You just got to figure out that one on your own. Let's say hi to Dan. Dan, what did you learn on the program today?
I learned if Anthony became Antoinette, he wouldn't give Norton a rusty trombone.
Thank you, saliva mouth.
All right, Pinchy.
Hey, boys.
Hey, Pinch.
Hey, I learned when Anthony takes a dump, he reads Popular Science.
Oh, yeah.
Slam. Did learn that.
Doug in Jersey, what the hell is firmware?
Firmware is a software for the iPod. It tells the hard drive. It has to recognize what the hell is on the hard drive.
You better recognize.
Yeah, right. Basically, you got to... it tells the hard drive that there's actually MP3s there. I have a Rio player, which actually reads off of SD cards. And, yeah, I know it sucks a lot, but I have a pop.
That's it. I'm out of here.